It is live. We live. We're here. Yeah, tilting windmill. YouTube programmers suck. They frequently.
What prompts you to say that at this point in time? What prompted that?
I was trying to set Tilting Windmill as a moderator, and it put this "Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy" right in front of everything you needed to do that. And they frequently put things like on their YouTube studio. It used to be that you could go back to your content. Well, they decided to put a little tiny box up there that says "Play this video" right over that button. So you can't do that either. So they don't know what the hell they're doing. Yeah, they're bozos, is what we call them in the programming community. That is the computer science term for them, is bozo, the clown. Anyway, hi, Demon War.
People like bozo. I thought Robert Clown seems like one of the most enjoyable because
he gave me some creep vibes when I was a little kid, I think.
Now, which one? Because I guess yours was the one out of Chicago.
Might have been, yeah.
We had a bozo in Arkansas on the Little Rock station.
Yeah,
and it was a different one than the one in Chicago.
Yep.
And he hated kids apparently.
Really?
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Samos.
What the? Stop it.
That's all right. I get used to it.
Too many clicks.
What's the Discord? Is Dave's going to be here? Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
No, he said he was too tired.
He was sick to his stomach. I think he said today.
Okay. What did you say to me?
I said that he wasn't feeling good, and then you
Dave's
said
in tough shape. We'll probably be doing some. Oh, we will. Okay, I thought you were including Dave when you said that. But fine.
Yeah, no. Okay.
No, I'm happy to be here to carry it on. That's for sure.
Yep. Thank you. You just got done with a intense conversation about what?
On Roberts. Yeah, Robert said he'd like to come over. So, should I send him an invite?
Oh, do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Always good to have Robert.
Skeptic Philosophy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me put a link to that in my description. Skeptic Philosophy.
If you're out there, Skeptic, can you just send me a message so I can find you in my list? I speak to a lot of people. Oh yeah, there you are. I've got you. Don't worry. I got ya. Right, there you go.
What'd you say, Robin?
Just so I had to you sent me the link on my phone messages, and so then I had to send it to myself in Discord.
Okay. I have a special phrase for people when they do that. It's called "Okay, Boomer."
Yeah. Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
I was like, how am I going to get this to my computer?
Well, I don't know if I have your email, because I think I tried to find your email.
I thought I gave it to you last week. Because I thought we went through this last week.
We already been through this. Okay. Well, maybe I do have your email. Okay.
At least I dreamed it yet anyway.
Now, what you got to say to me is "Okay, Boomer."
Okay, Boomer. Yep.
Appreciate it. Let's see. Okay, I'm trying to put a link to the video you just did with Skeptic Philosophy. So what'd you all talk about?
Oh, what, on Skeptics?
Yeah.
When I came on here, we're talking about ecclesia and how it was changed to accommodate church theology. That word, that Greek word ecclesia, that's where I came in.
Okay. It was basically on bad arguments.
Oh.
So we were just listing bad arguments, and then eventually Jill popped his head in because I said something which he thought was controversial. And there we go.
Pray tell, what did you say that was controversial, Simus? Now I guess I'm going to go back and watch. Never mind. Don't tell me. I'll go back and watch.
I don't have to tell you. I can if you want, though. I don't mind.
Well, if you want to, go ahead. I just don't want to make you wait.
Well, I basically said that unlike the Quran has got the hadiths, which are basically interpretations of the Quran or restatements of the Quran or theory which is based upon the Quran. The whatever it is, the Jewish ones have got all of the rabbis. I think it was called the Talmud. Yeah, it's got the Talmud, which is basically explaining what's in the thing. Whereas the Christians, they actually just change the definition of words in some sense, or just rewrite passages completely, or add passages in, like the end of Mark. So they're kind of slightly superior in that way. Although they had an advantage that nobody read Greek, nobody read Latin or Greek except for the scholars. So
we are going to talk about Jimbob a little bit, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, because I just wanted to have a teaching moment with y'all, that sort of thing. So I don't know when we could do it, but
I love the fact that he gets some of his stuff from Jay Dyer. That's what I like.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was so surprised that the nub thing came from 1/8 of a penis. And I started calling him Jim Nub. And he seems to accept it in his comments because he responds to me.
Yeah, well, he's got a sense of humor, hasn't he? He's got
my ex had 1/8 of a penis.
I beg your pardon, Robin?
Yeah.
You talking?
My ex had 1/8 penis.
Not all what?
I'm
not. No, but it's my ears probably.
Yeah.
I said my ex had 1/8 penis.
Oh, your ex.
Oh, yeah, your ex had 1/8 penis.
Oh, okay. Damn. You mean there's no hope for me? Okay.
Yeah, perfectly functional. So. Yeah. So we got. Let's see. Himyanum. What the fuck? Nameized? I don't know. Nameized. I don't know who Nameized is. I'm not sure.
Oh, right.
And then we got S-Dog. We got a new S-Dog. And we got Ryan Murphy. And we got Tilting Windmill. And we have some other people lurking. Skyworks. Laborious Cretan, of course. Of course, Laborious Cretan is here. I'm not sure if I missed anybody. Anyway, okay. So I just wanted to. So this guy is called John Barnett. Online Teaching is his channel. And this guy has 530,000 subscribers. Why? I don't know why.
530,000, did you say?
Yeah.
Didn't you show that he also published books and stuff? So apparently he's just kind of developed a market base or a client base.
Yeah.
We're doing this shit wrong.
We are.
This video has 1.8K views, which isn't a lot for 530,000 subscribers.
Methinks there's something slightly dodgy going on there.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyway, but I thought that this was, let's see, Satan's Deception. Let me see. Let me see if I can get back to the beginning of this thing.
I love it. I love that. I love. He's got 1, 2, 3. I mean, that almost sounds like an argument. If it wasn't such a piece, if it wasn't just such trash.
I think this is the one that
Evolution is Satan's lie. There are two programs that work in this world today: God's program and Satan's program. Evolutionists say we're just a blob of protoplasm.
Just a blob.
So right out of the gate. Evolution is Satan's lie.
Waiting to become manure. Oh yes. Yeah, what a piece of shit this guy is.
Yeah, he's got an even worse video here that that was actually okay. I got it from Deconverted Man. Deconverted Man said it will break my brain, basically, and it kind of broke my brain.
I'm detecting a bit of straw manning on the part of Mr. whatever his name is.
Hey, look, we need a video, so why not this one? That's what I say.
Right, and then I was really torn because this Rich Vandenberg, that Robin, you moderated a debate last night with.
Yes.
On Mark Reid's channel.
Yes.
Rich is rich. I mean, he's fertile, fertile field.
He says he has more money than God.
He does. Ooh,
That's what he actually says that, like all the time on the channel.
Wow. I don't know. Maybe he does. Be unfortunate if he did. But anyway, so I'm torn between the two, but I think this one's only a 9-minute video, so let me go ahead.
So how much money does omnipotence and omniscience value to?
Well, he does throw in a caveat that God doesn't actually need money. So, but that is just a common saying that he has.
Oh yeah.
Do you know him, Mike?
No. Rich Vandenberg or God? Yeah. I don't know either of them. I don't know either of them.
Oh, okay. So, like, is he? Yeah. Okay. I'm confused on why we were talking about him. That's why.
Oh, because he has more money than God.
Well, I don't think you said why he was of interest to you.
Oh, because he was so ignorant. It was just he was talking about gravity, and some other weird shit. And,
yeah.
Oh, there's no such thing as gravity.
Rich that was Rich's first debate, and yeah, he is a young Earth creationist, but I thought Mark handled it very well.
Mark's pretty seasoned by now.
Yeah,
Mark was just the perfect amount of. He made him admit that there was things he didn't know and that he probably should go look into.
Yep. Hi, Robert.
Howdy. How's it been going?
It's been going. It's pretty good. Our weather's a little weird. So in Michigan, in the winter, a tornado killed 6 people. Just suddenly touched down. That's not too far from where we are. That's a little weird.
Well, I'm in Louisiana. The weather's pretty nice out there.
Another Saturday in March in Texas.
Yeah, I don't know. Our weather's been going up and down. Like we had snow on the ground from last night, and it's like 36 today, and it's going to be 63 tomorrow, and then it's going to be 40 again, and then it's like, what is happening? I don't know. It's going up and down, up and down. It's really weird.
Robert, I wanted to say I tuned into your live stream right after I got back from a local nationwide box store and enjoyed it, and wish I had not been out engaging in commerce all afternoon so I could have enjoyed it from the beginning.
That stream is linked in my description, and I think also on our screen. I'm not sure. And Mark Reid's debate is also linked along with this thing that I'm about to share or try to share. I'm going to try to share something. I love sharing. Sharing is cool. Scientific proof for God's word. Okay, this is. He doesn't show the biblical. There he is. He doesn't show the biblical passages, but he seems to refer to them. So I'm really not sure what's going on here, but I thought we'd give him a listen, seeing as how he believes that evolution is satanic.
Number 5, because of the scientific accuracy, just the last few chapters of the book of Job would be enough to prove that the Bible is not from this earth, it's extraterrestrial. Have you ever read an old biology book? Have you ever looked at an old astronomy textbook? So much has changed. In fact, nearly every area of science is in flux. Change, restatement, casting out the old disproved statements. Often there's complete error in this.
Can I stop you there? Can I just stop it there? When he says, have you ever looked at an astronomy textbook? Yes, I have, actually. The reason I have is because I'm Sagittarius and we're usually curious.
Yeah. I don't know. Is he referring to textbooks from 2,000 years ago, or?
Well, that's what I was referring to. Yeah.
Yeah, but he says that it's really a good thing that nothing's changed. Well, if the textbook was written 2,000 years ago and you're still printing copies of it, then I'm guessing nothing's changed. But that's his proof that God, God got it right. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Job.
It's like they always say, especially the young Earth ones, they always say, yeah, but Darwin, right? If you read Darwin's book, it's not right, is it? Look, modern science disagrees with Darwin, therefore evolution is wrong. Darwinism is false.
Nothing about genetics in that Darwin book, and I looked everywhere for it, and it's like he's wrong. It's like he didn't even know about genetics. But this book, from 2,000 years ago, that the book of Job is what he's going to talk to us about.
Also, just for all the Sal Cordova fans out there, I've also read Darwin's book, and it doesn't mention anything to do with Gödel's incompleteness theory. It doesn't say anything. No. That's a callback joke, by the way.
Therefore, nobody used to ever mention Gödel's theorem.
I wish I had that clip of him throwing the books down.
Yeah, somebody has it. I know. I've seen it as a meme.
Robin and Robert, do you know what we're referring to? Do you know the Sal Cordova throwing the books down? No mention of it.
I take it that's a meme. I don't know it.
Yeah, oh my God! He just went nuts because who was it? Digital Gnosis or somebody like that kind of took him on and started asking.
It was Digital Gnosis, Nathan.
Yeah. He brought up Russell, and so Nathan wanted to know, well, what do you really know about Russell? And he just totally fell down, and it was so funny because he went on for like three weeks, just screaming about Gödel's incompleteness theorem, and it was great.
Yeah.
And then he gets all his textbooks out in a big stack.
Yeah.
And he runs back to his library. You can see him like with his fists clenched, running back to his library to get more books. And he starts throwing them down one at a time. No mention linear algebra. No mention of Gödel's incompleteness. It was funny.
I always like to see him scream.
Oh yeah. He gets a little bent out of shape. He's been talking to a friend of mine, Brandon Hendrickson, and we're going to have Brandon again on in the beginning of April, and we're going to talk about teaching evolution and how it should be done. We're going to fight about it, me and Brandon, I think. Anyway, Brandon's been on Sel's channel, and Sel's trying to convince him that the Earth is young and we should be teaching creationism in school and all that stuff. Anyway, kind of fun.
I will say, I think it's hilarious that he picks Job of all books. I think Job makes the least amount of things that could be considered a scientific claim, but even some of the ones that they make, such as the storeroom where snow is kept, is such an unbelievably unscientific position that it's just hilarious that he picked Job.
Okay, so a couple of housekeeping things. Do you want to take down S-Dog's comment there because you're obstructing?
Oh.
There we are.
There you go.
There's the face we've all come to love.
Yeah, you can cover me up if you want to that way because I'm not on camera.
I'm
going to be on camera, but soon enough. I'm just getting the coffee together and then I'll be on camera.
I'm not going to do camera today, I don't think.
Not either. My hair. I just got up, so
I'm not feeling up to it. Yeah, I got a cat on top of my head, sleeping on top of my head. I don't want to put that on camera.
Oh, you're just boasting now. Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
no,
so
I won't say that. Anyway, I'm going to get coffee. I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. So this guy's brilliant idea is that if you got a textbook that hasn't changed in 2,000 years, then that's proof that the textbook is right because they got it right the first time. That's his whole thesis here. It's pretty good. I mean, he's got us by the short hairs, doesn't he? We keep changing that science stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I guess it keeps scientists employed. That's what we're trying to do.
I just want to know where the snow room is. That's all. I just want to know where they store the snow in heaven, or however the verse says it. I'll have to look it up.
Does it snow in heaven?
It's in 38. No. It's a verse in Hold on, I'm going to find it. It's a verse in Job that says, It's in 38. It's in verse 22. Have you entered the storehouse of the snow, or have you seen the storehouse of hail, where they keep hail that falls down? Like, have you entered into the storehouse of it? I just think that's hilarious, because they didn't know where the hell snow was coming from, as if God's got some room that he keeps it.
Right. You see,
hilarious that he picks Job.
You see, Robin, heaven is paradise, and we don't want it to snow in paradise, so they throw all the snow down on us, and they have a storehouse where they keep it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I would be really pissed if I got to heaven and I had to put chains on. I can tell you.
Right.
Well, this is really how it works, okay? Because heaven is above the dome, right? Above the solid dome. We all know that, and that's nearer the sun. So it's hot.
Get the snow through it.
And they don't want it to be that hot. So basically, the snow is caused by the refrigerator, which is the dome. And, it takes heat away from it and then makes snow underneath it. And then the snow falls on us.
So you lost the firmament? Is that what you're like the yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's all over the place,
firmament.
Robin.
Yeah, it's all over the place. I'm just saying, it's like a refrigerator.
Your model didn't have the sun inside of the dome, and that's why I think you're just wrong. I mean, I think the sun is inside of the dome. All right,
inside the dome.
It has to be. It has to be, doesn't it? Like,
I think you're confusing the sun with a coal fire.
But I thought that Kent Hovind says that the dome melted, and that's what caused the flood.
The water was up there.
The dome, huh?
It was froze. And then, it was like, it was like froze. It was like the firmament was frozen, and that's when God flooded the world. He just thawed out the dome.
Yeah, very scientific.
So then when the snow gets all the way down to hell, then we have the problem of the snowball and snowball's chance in hell. That's where that comes from, I think.
Yes.
Is that all from Job? That's all in Job.
It all makes sense.
That's when it comes back up, you see. That's waters from the deep.
Yep.
So that's why the flood happened.
Yes.
That's what all my AA friends used to say about me getting sober. You got a snowball's chance in hell.
That's all right. I think it's Exodus that uses the fountains, that God opened the fountains to flood the earth, right?
Well, that is actually, in Kent's theory, that is what put the craters on the moon. Is that when the fountains of the deep opened up, they shot like football field size like rocks of earth.
Oh no, that's Nephilim freeze. Bukkake.
Well, that's what Kent
moon
says.
Theory.
That's what Kent says.
Moon.
Kent says that they went up and hit the side of the moon. Okay, well, what about the other side? Like, what about why is there craters on the other side? And he said that some of them shot past the moon and then fell back down, which why the word down is in this, but down and hit the backside of the moon.
So is the water hot when it comes up from the fountains? Because it seems like we got hell down in the earth, and it looks like we're keeping all the water down there too that comes up. So I'm just curious if the water's hot when it comes up.
I'm not sure if I've ever heard that commentary. Like I don't think it seems like it would be though, especially to have the pressure to shoot football size field rocks to the moon and past the moon.
Yeah. I think there used to be I disagree with the moon theory there. I think that's completely crazy. It's much more likely it's much more likely that Jesus masturbates a lot.
There used to be a Wikipedia article on Nephilim 3 and the Bukkake moon theory. Or was it the creationist Wikipedia? I'm not sure. But they had his theory was in there because he was really all for that. Yeah,
sorry, Mike, are we really going to ignore this masturbation thing? Okay, how did this cause the moon to be with this?
Yeah, well, obviously he's got to go somewhere. He's got to point it somewhere, right? And obviously he has a massive penis, as we know, because the rings of Saturn, as everybody knows, are in fact the foreskin that was chopped off when he was born.
It is known.
It is known. I'm not making this stuff up. You think I'm making this up, don't you? No, I'm not making this up. This is scientifically
we're not making this up.
Fact.
I disagree.
This is evidence.
God has small dick energy. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, to be fair, Robert, the creationists do not call it the Bukkake moon theory. They call it something. We do.
Yeah, we do. Only because we listen to so much shit.
Glad you cleared that up.
That wasn't Nephilim's first. That wasn't his self-title.
Well, he had to get it from somewhere. He's not that creative, obviously. But yeah.
Scott, you got to mute. When you type, Scott, I can't even hear the other people. I don't know why, but it's just boom, 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 boom. You gotta mute, Scott. You gotta mute when you type. Okay.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, now we've cleared up the factual parts of this. Let's move on to the mythical parts that this guy's talking about.
Let's get on to his theory here.
But not with God. He says it right the first time. So the 7 reasons to trust the Bible, Jesus trusted the Bible. All the authors affirmed thousands of times that they were speaking God's word. It's united, even though they're so disparate and never seeing each other and reading the prophecies. But look at the scientific accuracy. Now let's pause on this one for a second, okay?
Do you know what? I think he's right.
There's so much in the news.
Let's pause.
Yeah, let's pause on this one.
I think he's right because it does say 5 scientific accuracy. Now
it does.
That's been written down. That's been written down. So what more do you need as evidence?
Well, it's accurate.
It's deadly accurate.
It says it is.
Yeah. Unity? Does that say unity or untidy?
Unity. Maybe 3. Untidy.
What's the 1600 behind him? What's that number representing? Do you remember what it said? I only say that because I think
years.
Oh, okay. Because we have a lot of people that talk about the different documents that were written about, and that they all of the X amount of documents that we have of Jesus. And I wanted to say that I think Homer's record is from, and I think it's the Iliad that we've located the most copies of, and I think it's 1700 that we've located parts or pieces of documents of Homer's Iliad. So we have 1,700 of those. If their theory holds that we have X amount of these documents that were written after Christ, the more authentic it is. Then Iliad had to be true. We have 1,700 instances of it. So
in any conversation about those documents of the New Testament, always ask, are you talking about the ones before the Middle Ages or after? Because a lot of these apologists will take that number and count a bunch of them that were produced long after, Christianity became the standard religion of Rome and the printing press even at times. So yeah, when you narrow it down to that first actual, first 2 or 3 centuries after the beginning of the church, then it's a miserable showing of documents. So.
Yeah, we recently had an address on this from Dan McClellan because I think it was 2,400. They said there were 2,400 documents, and he said, yeah, if you look at if you're just counting the ones that are before 320 or 325, that number goes down to 5% of that. So 95% of those are post 325, and then if you look at those inside of the first century, we're far less than 1% of the total that are in there. So I think you got inside of the first century, you probably have 20 documents that we have pieces of.
God.
Am I typing again?
You are typing again. Yeah, I'm following what you're saying. It's fantastic. Keep typing. I don't want you to stop that because that's engagement. But I'd just say this guy here, I can tell he's a Beatles fan. Do you want to know how I can tell he's a Beatles fan?
How can you tell?
He's talking about what Jesus did. Now, this is the first point. I've got several points here, but the first point he's talking about Jesus did. Right? Well, the Beatles did. Right? I don't know if you know that. The Beatles did. Also, he's got Exploring Isaiah number 9. John Lennon wrote a song called Number 9.
Oh,
I don't know. Is it coincidence? Is it coincidence? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think it's numerology. Yeah, and that's number wang. All for the number wang joke. Sorry, go ahead.
I just want to say the idea that Jesus trusted the Bible is hilarious to start with. It's absolutely hilarious. The vast majority, I mean, obviously none of the New Testament was written at all, so he didn't trust any of that. It just wasn't even, it didn't exist.
Right.
So then the Old Testament, he's even said several times that you have heard it said X, and then quoted something, but I say. That is, he is saying something in contradictory too, but I say something to the contrary of what you have heard it said from the Old.
Yeah.
So I just think that's ridiculous.
Somebody should do a video of Jesus hearing somebody read the New Testament to him. You know, after, you know, like they bring him back to life and they read the New Testament. And like it turns out, you know, him and 12 of his friends were doing mushrooms one night and they came up with this theory. And then it turned into the New Testament, and then they read it back to him, and he's like, "What
the fuck?" Yeah. Who are you? Luke, I could see him chanting a football chant. Who are you? Who the fuck are you, Luke?
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get to Isaiah 9, maybe, or are we Job?
Well, let's explore it. Isaiah number 9.
Okay.
Number 9.
Science disproving and scientific study and scientific experts. Let's look at the truest scientific expert, God himself, okay? In your slides, the next one. The Bible has ultimate science. Job 38:19 declares what we would call the astrophysics of dark matter. Did you know that 99% of the mass of the universe is dark matter and we didn't even know what it is? Now look up. What did Job say? God divides the light from darkness.
Can we just
now, wait a minute.
Clarify? We need to clarify that. So that's completely wrong. 99% of 99% of the mass of the universe is dark matter. That's not true. Okay, so 75% maybe, right, is dark matter. 25, or no, it's not even that, is it? It's probably lower. 70% dark matter. 25% is dark energy. And then 5% is visible matter or baryonic.
But wait a minute.
Let's be very clear.
Yeah, but
we don't know what the hell dark energy is.
No.
Well, I mean,
but the Bible might be right about this.
Take it to be the cosmological constant, right?
You never know.
It's not right about it. It never said that. It said the light from the dark. It didn't say anything about matter.
I'm looking it up. Where does the Bible say that the percentage? Let's see here. Okay. Okay. What is the way to abode of light, and where does darkness reside? Can you take them to their places? Do they know the paths to their dwellings? Surely you know, for you are already born. What the fuck? Okay, you can explain to us where
I don't understand.
Let's listen.
I don't understand
99% of the mass.
What? Because why would he need to divide it if he just created it? Like, why did he create it together? If he's talking about matter, he said that he divided it, but that would mean that he had to create it as if it was all mixed together, and then he had to divide it. Why even create it that way? It makes no sense.
Well, he's not like, you know, he's not like an intelligent designer. I think
he was really into black and white.
I think he was more like Aunt Clara on Bewitched. You know how she would like kind of just like screw up all her magic.
He, in some sense, Mike, he was the ancient world's Michael Jackson.
Okay. What? Yeah. I'm not.
Black and white.
How'd you get there?
Into black and white. He was into black. He was into black and white. Michael, I don't know if you know this. He did a song called Black and White, I think.
Real quick, guys, I just want to let you know I'm developing a little bit of PTSD from me starting to type and then worrying if somebody's going to yell at me because I'm about to hit mute. So maybe y'all know a therapist who can help me with that.
Okay,
just a little further away.
Okay, let me help you, Scott. Let me help you. If you feel like typing, mute yourself, and then we won't yell at you.
Scott, I will not yell at you. No matter what.
Thank you, Robin.
I will not yell at you.
You are a port.
No, I will yell at you, Scott, every single time.
Yeah, Michael yell at me and some other worse things.
I will yell at you.
Think of it as, I don't know, some kind of like behavioral learning technique that Mike's trying to do for you.
Yeah, I'm trying to, Yeah, Pavlov's dog. I'm trying to.
Nerdy will yell at you.
Yeah, yells at Scott.
I will.
Okay.
I will heap shame upon you, Scott. Anyway, okay. We got to hear what Job says.
Universe is dark matter, and we didn't even know what it is. Now look up. What did Job say? God divides the light from darkness. Shit. Now wait a minute. Job was writing way back. Job probably lived before Abraham. How do we know that? Because Job said he saw mountains of ice, and we know where he lived. He lived in the Middle East.
Are there ice peak mountains in the Middle East?
I mean, in the high Anatolian mountains. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah. But like the Middle East is like a pretty good size area. Somewhat.
Well, he's using this as proof. Okay, let's see what he says.
Mountains of ice. What did Job see? Glaciers. Oh. Job lived not too long after the flood.
No, there's no glaciers.
Wait a minute. Glaciers aren't mountains with ice on them. They're actually all ice. So I'm not sure where he's going with this. I don't know.
Yeah, anyway, I'm not sure that the Ice Age came down all the way into the Middle East, did it?
Yeah, I mean, the Ice Age did come down quite far. It did come down quite far. So, yeah. So, again, probably the high Anatolian plateaus were iced over.
Well,
again, right down southern Europe. I mean, Central Europe especially.
Job can't be up in the mountains and know about rhinoceroses if they're going to try to sell that the verse about the unicorn is a rhinoceros, because rhinoceroses are not in the mountain. So either that was a rhinoceros that he was talking about, or it was an actual fucking unicorn. But you can't put him up in the mountain and put a rhinoceros up there.
Well, he could have traveled. You know what I mean? He could have got on a rhinoceros and ridden.
Traveling rhinoceros.
Yeah, just jumped on the back. You know what I mean? Hooked his handbag on the front thing, on the horn, and went, "Come on, let's go, Rhino." He called his rhinoceros Rhino, obviously.
Yeah.
Little Rhino, he called him. Just jumped on the back of it and went, "Come on, we're off." And then they pattered off up to the high mountains, probably the Alps, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you say it like that, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I think that elephants are the only thing that can climb the Alps, right?
No. I think they had a hard time. I think he took
gravity.
I think they took 50 elephants on the journey and 3 made it to Italy.
Oh, no. Okay, he had several more elephants when he got to Italy. They killed him.
He didn't have many. Oh, no. Most of them died along the way.
Okay, so fact checking, the glaciers did not cover the Middle East, but there were glaciers in the high mountain passes during the Ice Age. However, there are snow-capped mountains in the Middle East, Lebanon, where else? Iran, Turkey, Anatolia, Syria. So yeah, we do have, so that kind of blows his theory, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it is ridiculous because he's talking about floods down the Euphrates and the Tigris, and the floods happen for 2 reasons. Firstly, the melting ice in the summer, and then secondly, the amount of rainfall that happens in the the lowlands of the mountains.
I mean, ultimately, we're talking about the land of Uz. It's not a real place, so I don't know
what. What? A real place? I've seen a map and everything.
Okay, so Job's got a lot of science here. So anyway, have you entered the storehouses of the snow? That's where that is, and seen the storehouses of the hail, which are reserved for times of trouble, for days of war and battle. What is the way to the place where lightning is dispersed, or the place where the east winds are scattered over the earth? Who cuts the channels for the torrents of rain and a path for the thunderstorm, to water a land where no one lives, an uninhabited desert? This is pretty mystical. To satisfy a desolate way. Where's the part about dividing the fucking light up? I don't know.
Well,
is he talking about? Do you know
is that the answer?
I'm looking at Job, and I'm not. 3819. What is the way to? Huh?
Perhaps the rhinoceros died before Riney died before it got there.
Cursed.
Part about?
Oh, if only God had made the rhinoceros a little more less susceptible to drying out.
Oh, here's some science. Who gives the ibis wisdom, or gives the rooster understanding?
Yeah.
That's some heavy shit right there.
Yeah.
Who has the wisdom to count the clouds? You got to be a fucking idiot if you're all counting clouds. Who can tip over the water jars of the heavens?
That's where counting clouds came from.
Okay, if you're counting clouds, you got to be stoned on something pretty goddamn heavy. I don't know. No, I'm not going to do that. No.
Everybody knows the modern idiom of that is who made the green blue, right? Right, Mike? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
What is this, a song?
No, it's the amount of acid that you have to take to get it to happen.
Oh, Lord.
I just want to tell Simos that he started out with 37 elephants, and it
37.
Says, and it says that around a dozen survived the fight in his first major battle.
Oh, okay.
That's very specific. That's very specific.
I was a little off on the numbers.
We're talking about Hannibal, by the way.
Yeah.
Hannibal
Lecter. Yeah.
Yeah, Hannibal Lecter. Hannibal of Carthage.
Yes.
Every time you hear Hannibal Lecter now, who's the next first person you think of?
The actress. Well, what's her name? Sharon Davis. Oh no, she's
I guess you got to live in America to think of
Sharon
Trump.
Stone, is it? Oh, really?
Yeah, because he thinks Hannibal is a real person.
No, it's not Sharon Stone.
It's not. Okay.
It's Jodie Foster.
Jodie Foster. Thank you very much.
Jodie Foster. Yeah, there you go.
Oh my God.
But I think of Anthony Hopkins. Obviously.
Yeah, he thinks Trump thinks that Hannibal Lecter was a real person.
Yeah,
he's seen Back to the Future too many times. That's the problem.
Oh, he's going to talk about the Pleiades and Orion's belt too, because he mentions the constellations. Yeah.
It looks like he needs to wear Orion's belt. Like, I don't know.
I think this is proof.
Pleiades were named after Plato, if you didn't know.
Oh, really?
No.
Huh.
Also, I think I have the same shirt this dude is wearing.
Let's get to more of this evidence.
What is true is Plato's real name was Aristocracies.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Plato is
and
not
they
his real
changed
name. Because he became a wrestler, and that was his wrestling name.
Okay.
Yeah, Plato means broad-shouldered.
Yeah.
He wanted to be famous. So he first tried wrestling. Didn't manage to win any prizes in wrestling. So then he changed to poetry, and he got a third place in the poetry. And then he changed to philosophy.
I think you have solid evidence, as good as this guy does, about the Bible for sure.
That's not in the Bible. Plato's not in the Bible.
No, let's hear the scientist talk on this. Okay, all right. Let's just hear him talk. We'll see.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
I've got a rhino here to prove
and
it.
Job's
moving forward
said God divides light from darkness. Now, we've always been taught that darkness is the absence of light, and all you do is bring light, and darkness is gone. But Job said, no, there is light, and it can be divided from something else, something that exists that is called darkness. Darkness actually, there are properties to darkness. And guess what? In physics, they began to realize, as they were looking at the balance of the universe and the weight and the mass, that the things that we see, the visible in the light, is only a tiny fraction, and that the invisible part, what well, look back at your slide. 99% of the mass of the universe is dark matter. We don't even know what it is. Here's another thing Job said.
That's why
he doesn't know what it is.
That's why it's called dark, not because it is dark. It's called dark because we don't know what it is. It literally is lack of understanding.
Nothing interacts with it. That's why it's called dark. It's not called dark because it's under
it's called
a
dark
shadow.
because we don't know what it is. We just
we don't know what it is.
Like the same as dark energy, we don't know what it is, right? So they call it dark because we don't have an understanding of it, not because it has anything to do with what light is, right? We know.
Are you trying to say that the writer of Job didn't know that we were going to call it dark? Is that what you're trying to say, Simon?
What I'm trying to say is Job was a cocky motherfucker, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, Job sounded like he was writing some poetry here, is what it sounds like to me. I don't know.
I'm saying Job pulled that out of his dark.
This kid's is ultimate science.
Yeah.
Right out of his dark.
Ultimate. Oh, I didn't catch that. Ultimate science. Okay.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's a beautiful contradiction right there, isn't it? Ultimate science.
Yeah. Okay.
Physics of gravity. He talks about the gravitational tug of stars and systems. What is?
Okay, we're getting to the constellations now. That
Is
Job
he getting
knew.
this light thing from? He's getting this from 3819.
Yes.
Yeah, no. It's not there. That's not where it is.
Yeah, what the
gravity? Yeah,
that is the most inappropriate place to try to get anything scientific about the nature of light or darkness. If you have to do that from anything, it's just
everybody knows. Everybody knows Job was a dumb motherfucker, and we can tell that because he slept with his daughters.
Yeah, it was just nepo money.
That wasn't Job.
I mean,
that was him.
That was
that wasn't Job.
That was Noah.
He didn't sleep with his daughters.
Yeah. Oh, that was Lot. That was Lot.
Yeah. And that was Lot. Yeah. Job's daughters all died.
Oh yeah. No, Job. Yeah, even more of a dumb motherfucker, right? Because his entire family were wiped out, plus everything he owned, and he just went, "Oh, it's all right. God will take care of it." And when God did take care of it, he went, actually, I prefer blondes, so thanks for killing my wife.
No, I think his wife survived, didn't she? Like, it's just his children, all his children got killed.
I know it's his children. I actually can't remember if it was the wife. It did seem like in the later section that it was his wife, but I may be wrong on that.
Why? I mean, why would he go through it if it wasn't his wife? I mean, I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me, that.
Well, because God and Satan were having a good time.
Well, yeah, I got that, but he could have just do me a solid. God, would you just get rid of the wife? Get me that young blonde over there.
Yeah.
And he had more kids.
This court of Orion.
I think he had more kids, didn't he?
Yes, God replaced all his children. Yes.
Yeah. There you go.
Wow.
Well, such a blessing.
These translations have it.
He really hates women if he had the same wife. You mean she had to give birth to another load?
Unless you believe that show that has the two angels, he actually brought back his actual family from the first time, and they just look different, and they just see the angels.
Ed brings up the fact that she had 20 children, 10 the first time, then they replaced him with 10 more. So,
20 children. Yeah, he hates women.
So I'm reading the translations of this. I don't know. I typed in "separate the dark from the light." New International Version. What is the way to the abode of the light? Where does darkness reside? Mm-hmm. New Living Translation. Where does light come from? Where does darkness go? Where's another one? Where's the way to the dwelling of the light? And where's the place of darkness? Where's the way to the home of the light? Do you know where darkness resides? All of these things are translations. They're slightly different. None of them are talking about dark matter, I don't think. I'm not sure.
When you start talking about light and darkness, that's literature. That's not science.
I want to push back on that, Scott. What this really is just all you don't know. You don't know before God. Yeah. No, it's really what the whole thing is, a God of gaps thing. It's like, where does the darkness come from? Where does the light come from? Where does you don't know all these things. God knows all these things. This is the OG God of the gaps. This is the OG.
Yeah, I've got to
OG,
say also,
yeah.
everybody knows that the home of the light is a disco. You've seen those balls, mirror balls going round. I mean, that if that isn't the home of the light, I don't know what
Oh
is.
yeah.
Those were the days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss disco. We were talking about the Bee Gees earlier.
Oh.
I sure hated it when disco went out of favor.
Robin, you're the first human being. You're the first human being I've encountered that said that phrase. I miss disco.
I did. I hated it when it went out of favor. I like roller skating and disco and all that. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh,
Fantastic. Thank you, Robin. I know more about you now than I perhaps wanted to, but it still makes you a lovely person.
Okay, let's hear about gravity. I want to hear about gravity.
Yes.
The astrophysics of gravity. He talks about the gravitational tug of stars and systems. What did he say? Well, we were just outside last night and looking up, and Bonnie says, "Oh, there's the constellation." I said, yeah, that's Orion. And my son said, but what's that one over there? And I said, oh, that's the Pleiades. And those are the only two that are mentioned in the Bible as being held together gravitationally. There is a gravitational tug between the 7 stars of the Pleiades and between the stars that are in the constellation of Orion.
That's just not true. I mean, it's just not true.
It's also not true that it said it. So it just said there was a line.
We've been crediting the wrong people for the development of the theory of gravity,
Yeah. And I don't know, the constellations, they project to us in a certain relationship. That doesn't mean they're close together.
Yeah.
But he seems to think that they're close together.
Well,
I'd have to check those 2 constellations, but.
Well, I guess if you think everything is under like a lid, like a pie lid, then they can't be very far apart.
Yeah, close together.
But I do expect him to say that because he's a Scorpio. So.
But let's see what he says next year.
And you know what the Bible says in Job? Look back down your slide in Job 38:31. It says, "Who can bind the sweet influences of the Pleiades?" That's a great description of gravity. The sweet influence.
Oh my God, that's just perfect. That's a great description.
Yeah. It's not as good as, I mean, you could use it on sugar and it would be a better description, but
when you jump out of a window and you hit the ground like really hard, that's a sweet influence of gravity.
Yeah, that's right. Think of all those plane crashes.
Okay, but
sweet.
The translation I got says, "Can you bind the chains of the Pleiades? Can you loosen Orion's belt? Can you bring forth the constellation in their seasons to lead out the bear with his cubs?"
Well, that is apparently a King James and probably an even earlier English mistranslation of the words used for binding, chains, whatever. It's a mistranslation.
Did they have chains in the time of Job?
I would probably say so. Yeah.
But
but it means bindings. I mean, even if you translate it chain in English, that the Hebrew word underlying it could mean bindings. In other words, leather straps, or whatever.
Yeah, because Job is our oldest book, right? In the Bible.
I think somebody like Dan McClellan would disagree with that statement. I think it's a later story, although it maybe has sections in it that represent an older.
Well, I was just wondering if they had chains would be like iron or I would have thought the earlier books would have been Bronze Age.
Well, I mean, the whole of the Bible is basically stolen from the surrounding tribes and myths.
I know they had iron chariot wheels later on, but I thought Job was earlier than that.
I mean, it would have been written later than that, right? I mean, the earliest reference, there is no Hebrew, right, before when? I don't know, 1000 BC or something like that.
Sorry, I did overhear some of the conversation. 4th to 6th centuries where critical scholarships puts Job, and chains would have been around, but I think the Hebrew word there was just meant bindings. So I think it could have been chains or any kind of bindings.
Okay, so he's claiming that Job is talking about gravity when he says, these constellations are drawn together. Well, Orion, basically Betelgeuse is 724 light years away. Epsilon or Orionis, I think it is. Analam is 2,000 light years away. They're 1,200 light years, 650, 860, 1,100. They're not close together, dude. They just look like they're close together because of where we are, right? And how bright they are. That's the thing. So, I mean, it's like, Jesus, God. Doesn't he think for a minute before he writes these things? Anyway.
Not if he's writing 99% dark matter, when you can just Google it and find out.
Google it and, figure it out.
That's not how that works. Ask Leo. That's always a possibility, yeah.
So we got a preceptor in here, Sensei Tar GT.
Oh, fantastic.
I think so.
Can you ask him to write?
No, Mike, you still got somebody's face covered up, I think.
If there's any chance you could write
I'm trying to get rid of it.
Write the argument, the transcendental argument in syllogistic form for us. That would be very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you can't. Okay, mate. Never mind.
Speaking of, are we going to do the Onion on Thursday?
I hope so, but I'm in hospital on Thursday. But that will give me enough time to get your syllogism. In fact, let's get Robert on. Oh, yeah. Okay. Robert, fantastic. I'm going to send you some stuff. Are you free Thursday evening?
Maybe.
Okay.
I can't commit.
Yeah.
My wife might have some. I have a wife that might have something on the schedule for me, but I'll try.
Okay. Well, I hope you don't become a Christian, because that's very dangerous for wives, apparently.
Yep. We want to talk about my reductive scientist ideas about philosophy. Anyway.
Yeah.
Was that right?
Atheism is a scientism kind of guy.
Yeah, me and what is his name, Alex Rosenberg. I'm kind of with him on that. So
okay, yeah, I like him.
Him and I are the only ones that will say that out loud and admit to it. Basically. But yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll do that on Thursday. As I say, I'm in hospital all Thursday, so depending on what time I get back and how much I've been through.
Oh shit! Yeah, I have an AA meeting at 7 p.m.
Oh, okay.
So we have to consider that.
I mean, we could have it any time. To be honest, we could have it any time.
Let's talk schedule later.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. It's more important that we listen to this guy's ideas on oceanography. Clearly, oceanography is what we're at.
Fair enough. I want to hear more about how the light works, man. How it divides.
Okay, let's hear about the light. Okay, and gravity.
Here's another one: oceanography.
Oh boy.
There are teeming life systems surrounding the toxic hot springs 2 miles down the dark ocean, and Job talks about those. Ornithology, the study of birds, animal.
What? Wait, what? Where? What? Where does he talk about those? I don't think.
I'm going to make a guess that he doesn't.
Ornithology.
Well, let's go look.
Goodness.
3816.
Have you entered into the springs of the sea or walked in the recesses of the deep? The recesses of the deep and the springs of the sea.
Oh, the springs, the volcanic vents are the springs of the deep. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's the only springs that we know about. There are no other springs in deep water at all that we've ever never encountered any other.
I think this is about abiogenesis.
To be clear, it never said it was deep water. It said the springs of the sea, and the other one is a separate concept. So the springs could be from the sea. It could be like geysers or something like that. It doesn't say that was deep. It was the next section that said it was deep. The recesses.
I tell you what, it's more likely to be is the
Riptide?
no, the spring water, the springs, the water springs that come up on the coast of Yemen.
Oh,
Nothing to do with toxic hot springs, by the way.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there are freshwater springs on the coast of Yemen.
I'll bet most of the people. I don't know if he has a congregation or whatever, but I don't think anybody with any kind of science education hearing this guy would just be giggling or rolling their eyes so hard it gives them a headache and they have to leave the room anyway.
This is for homeschooling.
Yeah, either that or Job got around. Job was a real fucking mover. I'll tell you that. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that his rhino could dive that deep, but I'm not saying that he couldn't.
Yeah. We just need to find the place where there is the sea real close by, there are the mountains, and there are rhinos. And if we can find all three of those, we'll know where the hell Job was hanging out.
Egypt.
I was going to say somewhere right top of Africa somewhere, I'm sure.
Or the deserts also, because it talks about raining in the deserts.
Egypt.
so
This is clearly Egyptian myth.
They got rhinos in Egypt.
Yeah, they did have. Yeah, that used to be the pastime sport of the pharaohs, hunting rhinos.
Rhinos. Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, hippopotamus. Beg your pardon. Hippopotamus. That was Dave's theory. Well, Dave, he's not here, but bless him, I'm going to mention it anyway. When a hippopotamus gets an erection, it looks like a horn out the back. There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Unicorn.
Now I know what I'm going to be Googling Google Images for.
Yeah, I don't recommend it, but if you do, I'll send you a website.
Oh,
I think that was it. Was it hippopotamus?
A deconverted man said he's got a link for you.
Never open a link from Deconverted Man. I'm surprised Mike did it just to get this video.
Oh, is that where it comes from? Okay.
Oh, let's see.
Thank you, Deconverted Man. Appreciate that.
You did well.
What's the hold up?
Okay, hang on. There does seem to be an argument given.
Okay.
There's a claim, anyway. I see that.
Yeah, I'm struggling to see the argument. Could you just put it in a syllogistic form? Just premise 1, premise 2, conclusions. That's all I'm looking for, Sensi.
Yeah,
There was
because that would at least help me understand it.
Earlier.
Okay. So, signpost, when I encounter a rhino, I know what I'm going to watch out for.
Don't stay in the back.
Never back into a rhino.
I'm going, here we go. The proof is that no logical contradiction is possible. I mean, that's the definition of a contradiction, so that's a kind of a redundant statement. So contradictions
never.
exist, even when there is no minds at all.
Yeah.
I don't see the relevance. To claim to the contrary would be impossible, i.e. a contradiction. You realize you can't have impossible without the possible.
Yeah, that's right. He did. Deconverted Man.
Because the negation of logic uses logic.
Impossible.
I'm not sure that is an argument. I'm just not sure about it. Yeah, stick it in syllogism.
My goodness. ChatGPT is taking.
Mike, you're cutting out.
Where?
Oh, I don't know. Did you say the CBT is cutting in?
Mike's experiencing technical difficulties, Simon. Step up to the plate, man.
Demons are attacking our stream right now.
Demons are attacking the stream. Well, that's logical. We have been talking about this masturbating on the moon.
That is proof of the supernatural.
Technical.
This is what we get for mocking God's ultimate science.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, look, I don't know. I mean, I guess there's lots of people in the chat debunking away. That's what I'm saying. Proving the logic is independently of any minds. But no, of course, they don't exist independently of any minds. The laws of logic are literally a description of what we see around us. Right? I mean, they are. It's like a language, logic. So, I mean, maybe Robert's got a different view on.
I think the whole thing's a semantic game. The whole thing's a semantic game because when you talk about laws of logic, this is something that you have put inside of a verbal form, but there is a consistency to the nature of reality, and we've just recognized that consistency and we've incorporated it into what we call laws. But there is a difference between the map and the landscape, so to speak. We use terminologies like the laws of logic, but there's just a consistency in the nature of the reality. That's all there is.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. So,
now, this is the only syllogism I can find right here on the screen.
Logical, yours are universal. Not really. P2, only a transcendent foundation can explain them. Conclusion, therefore, God exists. I mean, not only is that as a series of non sequiturs, I'm pretty sure you can't give me the inference rules that you're using to link those together. Pretty sure. Yeah, so no, it's just simply not the case that they're universal, right? I mean, that doesn't follow. There are other types of logic, are there not, where the law of non-contradiction is not a thing?
Modal logic, or whatever it's called, or
yeah, fancy logic, I call it. Yeah, fancy logic. That's what I call that because I don't understand.
Avant-garde logic.
It's all just about our observational scale. I mean, you could do the whole argument with the chair. There's a great video on the subject that do chairs exist, you know? And so when you're talking about laws like non-contradiction, or you're talking about excluded middle laws, objects break down at, like, when we call an object, it has a point in which it is that object or it's not that object, but that point is an arbitrary point. We don't say, these words are just useful. So we can't say that something can be an apple and not an apple. But when we have a seed, and this is one that very recently, Kurt had this conversation trying to use the example of the apple. That apple is not an apple, it's a bud at one point. And then when it begins to show skin, now at this moment, now it's an apple. You know, the laws of logic is just something that we use as a cohesion that this is not contradictory. It's not as if our vocabulary is just trying to reflect the reality in which we observe. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Same as our mathematics, right? We're just trying to reflect what we see around us, and it's very useful, right? No doubt about that.
Yeah, but there are tons of misconceptions.
Yeah, it's very useful to use logic in the sense that it's being implied here, which is it's universal, and we'd like to think that all of the universe operates on the same laws of physics, right? We'd like to think that there's the uniformity of nature is a real thing, but these are just presuppositions that we take to be the case, and then we show them to be accurate within a certain regime, right? So they're contextual, and
but
it's
they
going to be
definitely
the same.
are not accurate in the regime that I live in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could be that it's all inductive too. You know, David Hume kind of argued this position that when you talk about like laws that of, like, let's say things that are mutually, it can't be both is and isn't. We only think that way because we have never observed it. We've got no inductive reference to say that, but that only holds until we see something that can be is and isn't. Like we think that this is a law of logic because we've never observed to the contrary.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not a problem that these things have to be grounded. It's that they simply don't. All right. Even the uniformity of nature doesn't have to be grounded. Right. It could be that there is no such thing. This is just a hypothetical, Robert, before you go mad. But it could be the case that there is no such thing as causation at all, that simply all events follow each other completely randomly. That actually could be a thing, and we could still do science, right? And the reason is because given any large number of events, right, there's going to be a period of time where absolutely the appearance of causality happens, right? And we could just be in one of those very long periods where it seems like everything is causal, but they could just be random. It just could happen that every time that I drop a ball, right, it falls to the ground. Now, it happens every time. Well, yeah, until it doesn't happen. And when it doesn't happen, then we would know we're in a completely random universe. So I'm just saying, the fact that you think that this is an absolute and has to be grounded is just wrong. And I would like, personally, for a syllogism to show that something like the laws of logic or the uniformity of nature has to be grounded. Because I don't even know what grounding something means in this particular ultimate sense.
And that's what I want to. That's what I want to echo, because I always scratch my head when people are insisting on something this, something that being grounded. There can be no brute facts, things that exist because they just do. And it's almost as if there's the underlying assumption that there always has to be something that's working at giving everything its existence, that something is making existence other than the physical things that make up the things that exist, whether it be quantum or larger than quantum. I just don't understand why you can't accept the fact that it stops somewhere, and at that point it just is.
I didn't think you had to ground precepts anyway.
Well, according to precepts, logic and mind and consciousness all have to be grounded in a consciousness giver, I guess, or an existence giver, a designer. And
that's just special pleading, though.
Yeah, that's what it seems like to me. Now, the thing to me, the danger of accepting a view where no, not everything has to be grounded. Some things are just as a brute fact, is the fact that we might lose curiosity or motivation to keep looking and keep searching and keep trying to figure things out. Although those same people in churches would want us to stop trying to search and look and keep questioning and trying to find things out. That's how it happened.
Scott, that's the problem that we have with the a continuous chain of events, that there's an unbroken chain of events that goes on forever. It's unsatisfactory because it doesn't reach any finality. So people don't like it because it has no explanatory value at the end of it. But it doesn't, like the universe doesn't owe you like explanatory value. Right. It still may be the case that it is an unbroken infinite chain of continuation. This is what I was fixing to mention earlier, Simos. You mentioned causation. The other opposite of that could be that the necessary being is causation itself, that causation is just the necessary foundational bruteness, that things are always being caused and that it has always been causal.
Turtles all the way down.
Well,
turtles all the way down.
I don't think you need it. No, you don't even need that. You just have to have one event follows another. Turtles all the way down still, but that's all you need. You don't even need the idea of causation.
Mike, Deconverted Man wants the link.
Okay, I will get that to him in a minute.
So you're about to respond, Robert. Maybe you had an objection to what I said.
No, not really.
I'm making a Russell point.
I just don't understand why people do the necessary being argument, because they act like there's a necessary being that once a state starts, that necessary being doesn't have to continue to be. Even if they were 100% correct that there was a necessary being and the necessary being was an entity X and had the attributions that they apply to it, once that necessary being creates the cause, boom, you set the dominoes in place. Does that necessary being now need to continue being? And the answer is clearly no. So even if we had a chain of events that said a necessary being had to create another God, right? And then that God died, and then another God created another, and so forth. Like you don't like none of them had to exist after they moved the domino in the front of them. They don't have to exist. So when people act as if the necessary being argument does anything, it doesn't do anything. You can still say that that necessary being just created another God, and it was that God that created the universe, and the first God wasn't even necessary. Which one is your God? We could have 30 gods that one made another, and then which one made the universe? You still don't need the first one. It's just stupid.
I like Nerdy's comment. It's unnecessary gods all the way down.
Unnecessary gods. Proper.
Nerdy.
That's a good one.
The laws of logic depend on the human brain, but this leads to problems. I don't think they do. But
it's a description, remember. It's a description. That's all.
Yeah, I know that's what you think, but I'm a universalist. I believe that the laws of logic fall out of space-time quantum fields naturally. They have to.
Okay, I'm here.
Yeah, I don't disagree necessarily, Mike. I'm just saying that it's we who came up with that. We looked at space-time or whatever. In this case, probably apples. And when we make squeaky noises, grains of sand, and we made some noises up to differentiate between two items.
Yeah, you don't want to confuse the description with the thing in itself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
that's what they always come up with this bullshit that if it's a description that is subjective. Well, no, not if you're describing something that's extant.
Yeah, anyway. Exactly. But like the generalizations, it's proof what you're talking about now, right? So it's the generalizations, right? They're the thing which are the abstract ideas, like Plato's Platonic forms and this kind of stuff. The Greeks' idea of proof by induction, right? Though this is the kind of abstractness of what's going on, right? Now, and I do think that Pythagoras' theory is a really good example of this because there's a lot of data beforehand, right, that people didn't understand the general form of the triangle.
Yeah.
Right before Pythagoras, but they did understand what a right angled triangle was.
Okay, so
right?
All right. Jumping at the bit. I was like, I hate precept. I don't talk to precepts on my channel. Yeah, but here's the thing. Okay, triangle that exists without anybody to think about it, but that's wrong because the triangle, the object, isn't a thing at all. It's a concept. And the concept stops existing when lines stop existing. There are things that are in the shape of triangle.
That's where you make a mistake. Right. That's where you make a mistake that they catch you on.
Yeah.
Because there is something triangle-ness in the universe.
That
they are commenting on.
Yeah. The shape triangle is a thing, but there is no actual triangle. Like there's no letter A. It's not a thing. It's not. You can't pick A from the universe. And
I got a letter A right in front of me here.
Yeah. But there's no.
Do triangles occur in nature?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is there the concept triangle is what I'm saying. There's only particular types of triangle. There is no universal triangle, only as a concept. And what
this is why I separate noumenal and phenomenal, yo.
Yeah. The objects of the mind are just that. The laws of logic are based on our observation of our local reality. If our local reality is different, then it would follow that the laws of logic would have to be different. And if you go back, and so in different universes or different physics, or you would have different laws of logic. So they don't necessarily go all the way backwards in time. They are, whether they exist, quote unquote, separate from the mind is not any coherent anything, because they are just descriptions. So you can't say that they are. It's like, okay, the tree falls in the woods has a sound, sure. Is that like the law of logic? Yeah, maybe. And that doesn't mean anything. That's just the way it is. But there's nobody around to to notice it. There's nobody around to label it. And they get this thing wrong where they think that non-physical equals the same sort of idea that God is. And I'm like, well, no, because non-physical is talking about the label that we've ascribed to objects of the mind. I don't know who did that, when, or why. It's a bad label. But all objects of the mind are labeled in this way of non-physical, even though thoughts are all physical, but at any rate. So basically, if you run the precept script and you don't actually know informal or formal logic, which they never, ever, ever do, they've never studied it, not even a little, you get a God that exists only in the mind, which is exactly what I think. That's what God is. It's an idea we invented. We humans invented God. You don't need God to support anything. You don't need God as a premise. You don't need God as a hypothesis or anything else. God is an invention of humans by humans to explain the gaps of knowledge, including your own gap, which you foster by not paying attention to actual logic and instead reading precept scripts. Okay, there you go. There's the refutation of precept in a jar. The end. Okay, back to the video that I sent you, Answers in Atheism. This is all my fault. All right, thanks.
Now I got to find the video again, and
I was like, hey, look at this video. Look at the ultimate science. Oh my God.
So where were we?
We were up to birds. And
yeah, he was explaining how,
and I don't mean that in the English sense.
He was explaining how Job says things. You know, this reminds me of Richard Madison's whole thing with David and Goliath proving the solar system, if you look at it in certain ways. This is the same sort of thing, but done with the book of Job. Like, yeah. This is so stupid. All right, good luck, guys. Thanks for letting me rant.
Okay, I'm not sure where I'm at here.
Unbelievable senses into those animals. And migratory birds. They fly thousands. Scientists is, how do those sockeye salmon find their way home 4,000 miles every year? Here's how, until satellite navigation.
4,000 miles.
They're teeming like
4,000 miles. Okay. Do you think they've all got Teslas?
So I'm trying to find the right spot here.
Find the sweet influences of the Pleiades.
Okay.
That's a great description of gravity, the sweet influence. Here's another one, oceanography.
No, it's
There are teeming life systems surrounding the toxic hot springs to fish, birds, and even...
What now?
I'm sorry. That sweet influence of gravity is not a good description of gravity. It referred to astrological concepts, the kinds of things that shouldn't be in the Bible or God is against. When the sweet influences are the influences of the astrological signs on the world.
Oh, okay. That's what he was talking about?
Well, what he was talking about was stuff he doesn't know anything about.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, what else is new?
Yeah.
All right. I want to ban Sensei. I want to ban him so hard, but I won't. All right. I'm done.
He's adding to the he is adding to the conversation.
Yeah. Even though he's
although not in a very productive way, I'll grant that.
Yeah,
I've seen one syllogism and it wasn't transcendental.
Tolerance.
Yeah.
Tolerance.
I know it's hard though. It's hard. It's so hard.
So Sensei Czar was.
You guys and girls help me. You helped.
Like, there's some people, Dirty and them are having a pretty good time talking to him.
Yeah, I'll just let him be. He doesn't understand logic and doesn't want to, whatever. Let someone else deal with it. I'm done. I said my piece.
So is Sensei Czar agreeing with you here?
I don't know.
Converted man argument what were acceptable?
I don't
That's not English. That's not really English. Could you speak English? Right? Could I speak English?
I want to know more about Job.
Oh, okay, Job. Yeah,
just as long as he stops, calling nerdy names, then it'll be all right.
Did he? Yeah.
Okay.
He said I was the one that needed to read.
Okay, D-Man, it's Dr. Job.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ultimate science.
Yeah, ultimate science.
Even insects. And how about zoology? What's amazing for scientists is how do those sockeye salmon find their way home 4,000 miles every year? Here's how. God has placed some new...
Did we miss ornithology, Job? Did we skip that, or...?
No.
We're going to skip that. We're going to skip that. Don't worry about it.
I think we're going to get... No, we're getting to that now, ornithology. So
you wrote his list backwards. Okay, or yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. He's on zoology?
That's what I'm saying. Like, did we miss ornithology?
Yeah, I don't think we're losing a lot by missing out on the bird.
No.
I really don't.
He just wrote this badly.
I just want to mention that the question I always ask about these issues when they start trying to borrow from science or steal from science is that, do you really need God to explain these scientific concepts? Even with what they know about, what's it called when they migrate and they have that sense guided by the magnetic field is with the physical natural explanations that we have and principles and laws that we have, do we need God to explain why the salmon can find their way back upstream or why the birds can fly south for the winter?
Why would God not just straight up tell Job or anyone else in the Bible, hey, here's all these things. You don't understand what I'm talking about, but write this down. Here's the math. Or write it down for them. Why doesn't God ever bother to write anything?
we're missing something.
Why stay hidden if you're trying to reveal yourself in this way? It makes no sense.
I wonder if dinosaurs migrated.
I never contradicted myself, since I go learn logic.
I don't know. Go ahead.
This is a tendency towards Gnosticism. Like the whole problem with Gnosticism and the whole movement to start with was they always leaned on revealed knowledge, that they could see something inside a text that no one else could see. And you get this happen inside of Christian ideology all the time, that there's something that they're seeing that, it was hidden. And people feel very special when they think they see something inside of text that was hidden away. And over, this is what new religious ideologies do. They read an old text and they reimagine, you know what that really meant? And what he's doing right here is he's taking old verses that clearly doesn't mean anything about what we're talking about the entire way. And he's reimagining, you see what was really meant. And he can read any verse and reimagine something into it that is aligning with now what we observe. So this is just Gnosticism at its finest.
It's never before the fact. It's never before the thing is found in science. It's always after too, which is very telling, right? Have they ever said, "Hey, this verse means X," and then science finds that later? That's, as far as I know, that's never been done.
Are you insinuating that they post hoc?
Oh yeah. I'm not just insinuating it. I am also suggesting it strongly. Wait, that means love your voice, Robin. Thank you. Wait, I said that out loud. Oh shit.
Well, thank you.
Anyways, back to Job.
What happened?
I don't know.
Mike,
everything stopped. It just froze. I was like, "What? Is it because I flirted with Robin again?"
No, I think he's probably.
I was just waiting to see how she was going to respond to you.
Oh yeah. No, this is the relationship we have. Is I pretend to flirt with Robin, she ignores me, and everything goes back to normal. It's great.
Okay. Okay.
I do not ignore you.
I know. I'm teasing. I that's my I don't know. I'm gonna shut up now.
Yeah. So salmon use a couple of different things. Apparently magnetic field, and when they get near the home river, they rely on smell. So I guess we do know. Anyway.
That's all because of God, though. Yeah.
Yeah. God made the river smelly.
They're not in the ocean either, okay? There's only one stream coming down. We get a few that tie in, and whichever one has the strongest current, you can base it just on that, So I don't know where you have to know all of the different. It's not like you're in the ocean and you're finding yourself out of nowhere. It's more like
I don't think that Job really suggests what he says it's suggesting though. I'm doubting that a lot.
I think Job would be insulted. Job would be insulted if he listened to this guy and realized that this is what he got out of his poetry.
Like,
this is
my wife, my kids were all destroyed. But yeah, sure, this is all about how fish find their way home somehow. Sure, yeah. Thanks a lot.
Did we lose
I suffered for days because of this.
We lost our pre-supper and we're stuck with Kafai, and this God is ground of all being. Yeah,
God has forsaken us this time for sure.
Okay, we'll just have to put the same claim out there. Could you give us that in a syllogistic form, please? The claim that God is the grounding of all being, and is not a mental construct. Just give that to us in a syllogistic form with a conclusion that says, therefore, God is the ground of being.
Yes, my imaginary friend is the ground of all being.
Well, see, I knew that.
Seems like we could just say being is the ground of all being and skip a
premise one. Lobsters exist.
Nardi says that he prefers Kafai, so
yeah, we all I think we all prefer Kafai. I mean, he's been around the community for a long time.
Yeah, at least he'll get you high or something. I don't know.
So RB Timadol, yes, you're correct. This is how they find the way when they get close to the stream. So
what does Job 38:41 actually say, and how does he extract this idea from this?
50,000. Okay, Job 38:41.
Yeah, does it say any numbers at all? 50. I don't know why the numbers matter either, but whatever.
How do those 50 million?
Yeah, how does 50 million? What is that? Is 50 million in the Bible anywhere? I don't know.
Do we think that salmon exist in the Middle East?
We got salmon on the scene. We got everything, man.
Well, they have the Dead Sea. That's where all the fish live, right?
I suppose there were bears in the Middle East. Going back,
we got cedar trees.
We
got cedar trees. We got salmon.
That is where they come from, though. Cedar trees. So
I want to know though, how do penguins find their way back? Like they don't.
Penguins.
Yeah,
they follow. They all look at the rental tag on their tuxedos to know where to go.
There you go. Yeah. No. What actually happened with the penguins, and this is biologically testable, is that after the animals came off the ark, the kangaroo evolved into being a 1,000-foot animal with massive pouches, and the kangaroo put all of the penguins into its pouch, and then hopped around the world distributing them in the right places. Before eventually, I haven't finished. Before eventually hopping down to the coast or to Australia, hopped over the sea in one go, and then de-evolved into 9-foot big creatures.
Yes,
I think that's the simplest explanation.
Yeah, isn't it also that inside the kangaroo's pouch is the black hole that contains the universe?
I have no idea, actually, but I think you'll find there's a bit of snow in there somewhere.
Yes.
Okay.
I agree with the gentleman here that just said that Job says nothing of that. I mean, you can read 38:41.
Is that saying?
Yeah, he didn't say
it. Man, it doesn't mention fish at all.
Not a drop. It talks about ravens.
Yeah, he's talking about ravens.
Why would he go to salmon and not ravens? Like,
yeah,
it doesn't matter.
And of course, Robert knows that. Robert knows that one. Yes.
Who provides food for the ravens when its young cry out to God and wander for lack of food? Who does that? I don't know how.
Wait,
does a mama raven provide the food?
Unless God kills it. Like.
So this whole thing,
huh?
Okay, there's a storm, and the Lord spoke to Job out of the storm, and he said, "Who is this that obscures my plans with words without knowledge? Brace yourself like a man. I will question you, and you shall answer me." Oh, fuck, I hate when that happens.
God is bringing down the pain on Job for daring to question God.
Yep.
Job did not question God. Like, did he? Like,
no, not really. But God is pissed off because God just gets mad easy.
I mean, I guess he does question, like, what did I do to deserve his shit? But
Kafai is doing a syllogism for us.
Thank you very much, Kafai. If you could just give us your argument for premise 1 to start with.
Yeah, a syllogism from Kafai is really helpful because, and I don't mean this to sound like an insult at all, and I hope it doesn't. It's hard to kind of get a grounding on what Kafai actually thinks or believes.
I know it is
supporting and like when he'll say God is the ground of being, I'll think, okay, Paul Tillich. I read a lot of Paul Tillich when I was younger, and maybe he means that, but I still don't quite know what he means by this stuff. And it would be helpful at least to kind of get to a point where even if we have to ask a lot of questions, we can have.
I think he's been intentionally obtuse, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, so explanations are things that humans do, and so why does it contingently requires a ground or explanation? If it's contingent on what? On you asking? On you, Job questioning God out of the storm? What is it contingent on? I don't know. Requires a non-contingent ground for a contingent reality requires a non-contingent ground of existence. Why?
I don't know.
I don't know why.
Yeah, let's be honest. All of this is just reality exists. They see reality and they're trying to tie that back to their God ideal. I mean, it's all it is. That they didn't believe this thing. They don't come to believe these things because they look at reality and say, therefore God. They don't do that. They have some kind of void. They are either afraid of death, a loved one, some emotional void they're afraid of. They need answers for all these things that are human experiences. And then because of these lacks and these voids, they create their God. They say that God fixes these things, and then they use logic to try to prove something that they did not come to for logical reasons. They come to it for emotional reasons.
Well, I would say that most people nowadays are just told when they're children, before they even understand what either that is.
I think with him, he broke his brain with too much drugs.
Well, that worked on Wesley too. So
yeah, I mean, it might go
D-Man is D-Man. You're always dumping on my psilocybin.
Look, that's look.
You're acting like people on this panel hate drugs.
No. I'm just picking on the falling moon guy because But yeah, so it looks like Job didn't say any of this stuff. Oh man, but it's ultimate science. I'm glad I sent you this video. Okay, I'm gonna go though. Thanks everybody. Bye.
Goodbye. Because if everything were contingent, each thing would depend on another, and the chain would never have an ultimate explanation. So what? What if that's the case?
Every turtle is contingent on the turtle before it.
Right. There you go. Like why turtles all the way down, Kafai. Why not?
I want to use this opportunity to plug that me and Leo Phyllis next Saturday are going to be talking about the principle of sufficient reason and first calls on Saturday.
Oh, wow. This Saturday?
Yeah.
Cool.
I really want to watch that or listen
to it. Not today, but next Saturday.
Right, yeah. So, why not do it now?
My son just mentioned an article today that they found out that cannabis can cause brain damage in elderly. I'm
really?
waiting for him to give me a link. Now, earlier in the week, I was sent an article that shows that psilocybin does just the opposite for the elderly. That it prevents dementia and brain damage.
Benghazi points out that there's no evidence that reindeer piss causes brain damage either.
Don't drink it. Yeah. Stay away
only
from
it. Only when taken,
So,
don't take it
let me
orally.
just say something about Kafai's thing here, if I may, which is to say that what is your argument, right, to refute eternal regress. I don't. You're claiming that there needs to be an end to all this contingency,
No.
but I don't see where you're showing or giving me an argument that there must be an end to. And hang on, that there must be that it's impossible to have an infinite regress. I haven't seen that argument. More importantly, if there is an argument, then you're going to have to show the contradiction in the phrase "one event follows another." Unless you can give me the contradiction in that phrase, then you can't refute an infinite regress. So, again, you're claiming that there is a grounding and that it's necessary, but I haven't seen you give that as an argument, and I haven't seen you refute the infinite regress proposition. So, there's two things which I'd like you to address if you can.
Sorry, Salmos. I was
all right.
like it makes it because like. The only people who ever seem to have any trouble with infinite regress are like theists of some type.
Yeah, because they want a special plea that their God is eternal.
I want to be clear. Philosophy has its problems with infinite regress because that it doesn't get to any satisfactory explanation. But again, there's no particular reason to think that we are owed by the universe a satisfactory explanation.
Exactly.
It may very well be that we just cannot get to the end of it.
My point being, it's not
a problem with it though. Like this physics.
No.
There's no philosophical problem with it either, right? There's no argument that says it's impossible. There are people saying it's impossible, right? But their argument, they can't show a contradiction, and that's what they would have to do in order to say it is impossible. So.
Well, Robert Sapolsky
and as long as it's not impossible, anybody who argues, right, that there must be an end, right, there must be an end, has to show that it is impossible to have an infinite regress. Otherwise, they can't know that it's not impossible, right? So, or that it is impossible, I should say. So that's the reason. That's the reason I keep bringing it up, right? Is because in this version of Presup, they want to say, or the unmoved mover argument, they want to say that it is necessary, right? Meaning it's impossible for there not to be an unmoved mover, right? And I'm saying that's nonsense, right? And I can give you something which you haven't considered, which is the infinite regress. I can give it to you in a very simple phrase, right? One event follows another. And unless you can show a contradiction in that phrase, then you can't take it off the table. That's all. Go ahead. Robin, sorry.
No, I was just saying Robert Sapolsky tells me that an infinite regress is not a problem. So, like, I trust him.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of people don't have a problem with infinite regress.
We just dodge it because it has no explanatory value. that's all I'm saying. The reason that it's not just for this scenario, right? I know. It's not just for this scenario. It's in general that an infinite regress it doesn't get to any explanatory grounding.
Yeah,
it doesn't get to anything. That's why we try to dodge it at all, possible, if it's at all possible.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that, but it gives as much explanatory power as God.
Sure.
Right, and therefore, in the sense that I'm using it, I'm more using it as a stalking horse argument than I'm using it to be a theory that I'm putting forward. I don't find it satisfactory either in that respect. But as long as you can't discount it, right? As long as there's no because there's no contradiction, then you can't use arguments you can't use an argument like the impossibility of the contrary. You just can't use that in a transcendental argument.
It's a counterfactual for sure.
Yeah. Okay, carry on then. Sorry. Yeah, night. Maybe give her a big kiss from me too, Robert.
You seen that, huh? My wife just walked there.
Yeah, are you sure it's your wife, or has God changed her? Yeah, let's look at Job. I'm going to refer to Job here as the expert.
We're halfway through a video.
Nice. It's only 9 minutes long as well. We've only gone an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Okay, come on. Let's crack on. Let's crack on this time.
Nearly unbelievable senses into those animals. and migratory birds. They fly thousands of miles exactly to their destination.
He didn't even mention birds, does he? And the whole fucking thing. It's like, what is he?
How? Scientists think they must have a sense of Earth's magnetic fields like an internal compass. Now, look up and think about this.
Yeah,
if God
Yes.
made birds and animals and insects have all of these incredible guidance systems, ask yourself this question. The King of the universe, our creator, couldn't have left us out. He gave us a compass.
Really? Is that why people get lost in the forest for fucking and die?
I think you find he gave us the compass.
That's why Moses wandered around in the desert for 40
Right,
years.
because he didn't have a compass. Yeah.
Y'all are missing it. I think this is a segue, if I had to guess. It's a compass to find our way to God.
Yeah.
It's a segue.
That's what he's
if I had to
yeah.
guess.
100%.
We'll see.
100%.
That's where my money's at.
Oh no, 100%. Right? He gave us Jesus. Jesus is our compass. Right?
Well,
It's more
no, thank
specifically.
you, God. I would prefer a compass to help me get out of the fucking woods when I'm lost.
Yeah,
Screw
or the
this
desert.
compass.
Or the desert.
That'd be a lot more useful. He gave it to the birds and the insects. Why the hell did I get one? Jesus.
Our directional capacity far exceeds the animal world's awareness of magnetic fields, or as the salmons do, 1 part per billion of where we respond. We have a direct line to our creator.
Mike, no. It doesn't far exceed the animal world. The animal world far exceeds we have relatively shit senses compared to the animal world, right? I mean, our eyes are shit compared to the animal world. Our noses are shit compared to the animal world. Every sense.
Timos, you missed the last sentence he said. We have a direct line to our creator. He's now talking about the Bible.
That's the shit.
Look, okay, what are you talking, Alexander Graham Bell? I don't know what a direct line means.
He's going to say the Bible, man. The Bible is the direct line.
Well, he might be pointing at the book, right? But just because he's pointing at a book doesn't mean that's what he's going to say, right?
He's going to say it.
No, he's not. Surely he is not that silly. I mean, what does he think God created him with shit eyesight, and yet his senses are better than animal worlds?
No, the direct line to the creator is going to be the Bible, is what he's going to say next.
Oh, so the Bible's the compass, not Jesus.
Yes.
I don't know.
I
don't know what
Apparently, you can't get to heaven without going through Jesus. So if anything's a compass, I think you find Jesus is a more accurate analogy.
Or you could also say that prayer is the compass.
Oh,
when you pray, your
the
spirit
Bible
is touching the spirit of God, and you're commingling and fellowshipping, and you'll know the way to go. You'll know.
I've got to say that the worst possible compass you could have in this situation is the Bible. Right? Not only was it written in different languages than this guy is talking in, right? Not only can he not speak the original, we don't have the originals. How careless is God that he lost the original Bible? I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Goodbye.
When I was lost up in Ely and I said, Jesus Christ, where the fuck am I? God, I'm supposed to listen for God to tell me which way to get out of the woods? Is that
if you just
close
your eyes?
He's talking about?
If you just closed your eyes, prayed, and walked in any direction, you would have found where you're supposed to go, clearly.
Yeah, an old bear would be saying, oh, look at this dumb fuck.
Yeah.
If you're lost in the woods, I don't know which way you're supposed to go, but I have a feeling you can find it in Job.
Oh, yeah.
You could just, if you balance Job on one finger, this guy's about to do, it'll point in the direction it's supposed to go.
I always have my pocket Bible with me everywhere I go.
Well, I had a pocket compass, but I was standing on a big giant chunk of iron ore, and it didn't work so good.
Yeah, kept trying to dig down. I usually use the Bible in a different way to find out where I'm going. I just slap myself around a little bit, and then it's a big, heavy book, and it's like, sooner or later, common sense takes fail, and I just walk in a direction, leave the Bible where it is.
So his fifth reason, scientific accuracy, supports atheism as opposed to theism and creation. Yep. Okay, let's see what he says next about
we have him, and he has everything we'll ever need. We can know God through his word. And when we open this up, we can actually have direction given to us from the very creator.
What do I win, Simos? What do I win? I called
oceanography, astrophysics, and of the migratory abilities of.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my goodness!
Robert,
we can open this up.
I'm a prophet.
You're
I've heard it said it before, and now you've heard it say again.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay.
Insects and birds and fish. That same creator says, I want to live inside of you. I want to live out through you.
Yeah.
Is that what went wrong with the Catholic Church? With the Catholic Church, is that what went wrong?
Yeah, I kind of that phrase kind of made me cringe.
Yeah.
Actually,
I don't like that part.
I want to show you the path of life. I'm not just going to program in magnetic field stuff. I'm going to actually move in. I'm going to show.
He didn't program in magnetic field stuff.
He didn't
That's what
program
I'm
in
pissed
shit.
off about. No, nothing.
Show you the path of life. Back to your slides. Alternate sciences in the Bible. Number 6, archaeological excavation. In the 19th century, Sir William Ramsay, an English skeptic, set about to disprove the historicity of God's word. He took as his target one of those great books of the Bible, the book of Acts. He started digging in ancient Asia Minor, modern Turkey. Now look up. He actually took a Bible. I mean, this was a rich kid from England that was going to disprove the Christianity of the church.
What is he babbling on about now?
He's talking about a William that he says was a skeptic. Who's the William? I wanted to Google the name.
I'm just looking it up now, guys.
Ramsay.
A Scottish chemist, best known for discovering the noble gases and helping establish a whole new group in the periodic table. Born 1852 in Glasgow, so part of the Scottish Enlightenment. Ramsay co-discovered several gases. Nobel Prize in 1904.
So he's amazed. He's amazed that a second century propagandist who wrote in the second century could name cities that existed in the second century correctly. That's what it is.
I just want to point out that Tyre.
He was a chemist.
That is supposed to be destroyed in the Bible still exists today.
Yeah, it does. But the first time it was, I don't want to get into all that. It said every stone turned over and all of that.
It says it would never be rebuilt.
Never be rebuilt. Yep. But it's there.
Oh, Tyre, yeah.
That's not the same city. It's not the same.
So, did these guys ever fact check any of the shit that they say?
No.
Why would they?
These are the facts they prefer.
That would kind of like make stuff a lot harder for them. They would they would have to quit saying stuff that.
Lukács, okay, he was a Scottish classical scholar, okay, archaeologist. You might have a different William Ramsay.
Yeah, I'm looking it up now. Oh, Sir William Michael Ramsay, a Scottish archaeologist, 1851 to 1939. Ramsay carried out archaeological exploration in Asia Minor. His work helped historians better understand Greek and Roman cities in the region. Phrygia, Galatia, Antioch, 3 fields. So his connection with the Bible. Ramsay is known for his research on the travels of Paul the Apostle and his archaeological work to support the historical accuracy of Acts of the Apostles. Well, we can see the problem here. St. Paul the Traveller and the Roman Citizen was one of his books. Cities of St. Paul, interesting facts. Ramsay doubted the historical reliability of the New Testament, but his archaeological discoveries later convinced him that many details were in fact historically accurate. Not saying which ones, obviously.
So, I mean, why wouldn't it be historically accurate if it was written in the place and the time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, make no mistake, Acts is not historically accurate. If you,
Yes.
if you believe that, 100% of the things it says that pertain to what happened in history are true, it's definitely not. But occasionally, it has correct names and cities and titles of politicians.
Yeah, so that's like Stephen King mentioning the state of Maine proves that Stephen King's all his books are factual.
Right. It's like
no.
Spider-Man.
It's closer to Donald Trump describing how windmills cause cancer, and someone looking back 2,000 years from now and saying, "Hey, there were windmills at that time."
There were windmills. Yeah,
and there was cancer.
Had cancer.
And there was cancer.
Yeah, you put two and two together. Get five. Yeah, no problem.
Donald Trump was a genius, man.
Isn't it amazing how that correlation causation fallacy just keeps popping up?
Can somebody just please promise me that eventually down the road we're just going to strike him from history?
I
really dread. I really I'm just embarrassed that 1,000 years from now they'll be reading about us and they'll be like, "What was fucking wrong with these people?"
Well, they're probably going to talk about the downfall of America, like they talk about the downfall of Rome. And he will be strongly mentioned in that.
Well, I always ask, my question every day is, was the fall of Rome this stupid?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah. I got an Apple News article today that said Americans are leaving in droves the United States.
Yeah.
Apparently. Yeah.
Also, I just got to mention something about Luke. I've heard it said that Jesus, right, said later about Luke, and I quote, "Who are ya? Who are ya?" I think that was me earlier in the Hangout said that.
Yeah, it's a wise man once said.
Has been said though. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
There was really a New York City, or there is really a New York City. So that, I guess that means we can go visit the grave of Jay Gatsby, who is a really famous figure in a book about New York City. Or we could go visit Holden Caulfield. I'm sure he's still alive somewhere. You know that history book, Catcher in the Rye?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So he must be real and alive because he was a young guy in the 60s. And let's go visit him. Let's see what he has to say.
Although there was a Gatsby, there was a person, wasn't there? A billionaire called Gatsby. Is that right?
I'm not sure.
I seem to remember in history. Yeah, he was a racist motherfucker. But I think that was. Is he the guy that started the Pioneer Fund? No, that was Draper. That was Draper.
These comments are precious. Anyway, okay. Well, let's see if he moves on.
He started digging in ancient Asia Minor, modern Turkey.
As you do.
Now look up. He actually took a Bible. I mean, this was a rich kid from England that was going to disprove the Christianity of the church that his parents had made him go.
Wait, is that what he was really trying to do? So,
no.
I mean, let's fact check that.
He was skeptical. I mean, the article's easily lookable on Wikipedia. Apparently, he was trying to. He doubted some of the historicity of Acts, and later he seems to think that some of it was correct.
Yeah, I'm surprised him, right? Yeah.
Usual story gets exaggerated in both directions. So let's see. I'm checking them with chat.
Number one, never trust a story as told by a preacher, Bible teacher, or apologist. Just never do that. You have to do your own homework because they're stretching, distorting, exaggerating, and what you're not getting is the actual truth.
We're also talking about the late 19th century, and I'm just saying that although it is well into the Enlightenment or well past the Enlightenment, there's still quite a lot of mysticism going on back then, right? They didn't really understand quite a few things about modern scientific disciplines, especially like archaeology, which was relatively new even then.
Yeah, the guy who found Troy, didn't he use dynamite in that dig?
Well, he did, yeah. He knew what he wanted to find, and he went there to find it, and, you know, fair enough. I mean, good play to him, right? He went there and actually cut through a mound, right, which is like what modern archaeologists do. He just didn't document it, you know.
So he was educated in the Tübingen tradition, a school associated with strong skepticism about parts of the New Testament, especially Acts.
Right.
And he was setting out to basically support that. And he found that it was more historically accurate than he thought, based on digging. Let's see, Acts. His archaeological and historical work led him to revise that view. So anyway, I don't know, what is the Tübingen tradition?
I don't know.
That's just like a scholarly, I want to say school of thought. You know, there are economists who are Keynesian, and I forget the monetists. You know, there's different ways of thinking about particular disciplines. Well, Tübingen, I believe, was one of those when it referred to New Testament studies.
Yeah, and
I
hate to say this, but he's an archaeologist, right? And he's found particular places which were known at the time, right? So what does ChatGPT say? Phrygia, Galatia, and Antioch of Pisidia. So all of these places were actual places. So yeah, of course, if Luke mentioned any of those, or what he thought Luke said was mentioning those, very much like dark matter in this guy, then he would think that it is historical, right? And that would be reflected in his work, saying, "Oh, look, here it is; it's historical." Right, but
I don't know why you're saying Luke and not Acts.
I don't know. Right.
You're making the association that the early church fathers did with Luke and Acts.
That's my fault. Yeah, it's because I am, brought up in the Church of England tradition.
You gave it away already. We can tell.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's not that I've studied it particularly, but you just pick this shit up when you're talking to people. But the sweet mediocrity of the Anglican Church.
Yep.
Okay, so the Tübingen tradition was a 19th century German school of New Testament that read early Christian texts historically and critically, often emphasizing the conflict between the Petrine Jewish and Pauline Gentile Christianity. So they were just a particular kind of Christian, and then they had a problem with Acts, and then later on he found stuff and he pushed back on that. Whatever.
Well, they weren't a type of Christian; they were a type of scholar.
But I mean, he wasn't trying to disprove the Bible,
right?
He sounded like a Christian. So,
yeah, F.C. Bauer was the leader, and some of the books we referenced a lot when I was in seminary were either authored by him or somebody that studied under him.
So why didn't this guy fact check himself? I don't get it. I don't understand.
Because God told him he was right, so he doesn't have to fact check himself.
He had all night to fact check himself. Jesus.
Come on, if he didn't put together that Jesus didn't agree with the Bible, he's not going to fact check characters after that.
So just to clear this up a little bit for me, if you would, Robert, are you saying that Acts is the family name? So it's the family Acts that wrote Acts?
I never said that it was a family that wrote Acts. No? We think that when an editor, the Acts family, that's hilarious. I think scholarship does think that whoever edited Luke might have edited Acts, but as far as it being the same writer, I think that's just church tradition.
Yeah, in the intro to both Acts and Luke, the writer refers to or addresses a person named Theophilus. And that's the reason. It kind of ties them together that he's addressing probably somebody who sponsored or commissioned the writing of those books. Not necessarily that, but something like that.
Okay. Okay, well, there we go.
I will say this.
Go ahead.
Is this where Kafai got his name? Kafifi? Is that where Kafai got his name?
No, I doubt that, seriously. But no, I'll say this. Priscilla was mentioned in Acts and later mentioned in Paul's documents. And Priscilla is somebody that we later hear Eusebius talk about, that she followed the Montanist movement and was a part of all the literature that was coming out of the Montanist movement. So I think Priscilla was a real person, and Acts was probably the oldest and earliest document that was owned to Priscilla being an actual person. And then we see a persistence in her in literature that is outside of the church literature, that is heretical literature.
Right. Does it mention Elvis at all?
I don't think so. I don't know. Listen to this guy. Maybe it does. Maybe
it does.
Somewhere.
Yeah. Luke was a hound dog. We know that.
Yeah.
We're 3/4 of the way through. Almost.
We're going to do it, Mike. We are going to do it. I don't care how long.
This kid took an expedition to Turkey and said, hey, I'm just going to take the Bible, the book of Acts, and if it says that Paul sailed and landed and walked 3 days inland and went to Pisidian Antioch, I'm going to excavate and see if there is a Antioch in Pisidia. That's actually what he did. He took a boat to the same port where Paul sailed in his missionary journeys that's listed, and he walked with his little party of excavators for 3 days up the valley into the interior.
Does anyone deny that Paul is a historical figure?
Some do, but
some do.
It's not widespread.
Okay.
And when they got to the third day's walk, he said, put down the equipment, take out your shovels, and start digging.
Interesting.
Guess what?
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
highly accurate. Walk 3 days, start digging.
Yeah,
that's embarrassing. That anyone would actually think that's
more
true.
than that. It says that the city of Pisidia was founded in the 3rd century BC. Oh, 3rd century BCE. Okay, fair enough.
Plus, people are taller now. People are taller now. If you walk for 3 days, you're going to overshoot your. I think that's a. What's the term when it's it's a story that people tell all the time, like the cherry tree and George Washington, but it's not really true.
Yeah.
But
what if you were smoking some dope on that walk?
Yeah.
How long? Where would that put you? I don't know.
I don't know. I hear Christians quote this a lot or retell this story a lot, but I don't know of anybody who's done the actual original research to find out, did that really happen?
Let's just do this. Let's just calculate something for a second. 3 days of walking, and unless he got the exact hours, how many hours of walking can you be off? Like over the course of 3 days. Let's say that he walked a different amount of hours, and that let's just be generous and say that he was only 1 hour off of the amount of walking, just 1 hour. We can walk 3 miles per hour. So did this guy dig up 3 miles? I mean, even if he walked the exact amount of thing and he was only off by 1 hour of walk time, we're still talking about an area of 3 miles that he would have had to dig up to find the area. So if we're talking about that he was 4 hours off of walk time, maybe it was 4 hours more, 4 hours less. This is so unbelievably stupid. I mean, this is 3 miles times 4, and it could be in the forward direction or the back direction because nothing specified how long he walked, just the days.
Also, just to point this out as well, which is 10 years previous to this guy doing that, 10 years previous, Schliemann had taken the Bible and found Troy, or had taken the Iliad and found Troy. Right? So this guy's just replicating the story, right? That's all I'm saying. It's not like this is, I know, I'll go, Scott.
I'm sorry.
That's all right, mate. Yeah, that's all right, mate. Incoming.
You're doing it again. So anyway, ChatGPT says that it's one of the apologetic campfire tales that grew antlers over time.
Yeah.
There is no reference in Ramsey's writing about this. Let's see.
Rather than antlers, I prefer the term horn.
Yeah. Modern Christian apologetics and social posts that are retelling the story. 3-day walk is probably folklore, unless somebody can produce a primary citation. So anyway, ChatGPT can't find a citation for that. Why didn't he fact check himself the night before? Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Because he was ironing his shirt. That's why not. He was ironing that shirt. He didn't have time. Is that a new shirt, or did he iron that shirt?
That's interesting.
Because if he ironed that shirt,
it looks like people knew where. Sorry, mate. It looks like people knew where this place was already. If he didn't discover it.
Oh.
In other words, so he went there and went, "I've discovered a shotgun." There we go, and people already knew where it was.
I was just pointing out that if he ironed his shirt like that, then that tells us a great deal about this man.
I have that shirt, by the way. I think I had that shirt.
I think
was it ironed? Was it? Did it have those sharp creases in the arms?
Yeah, it's pretty. Like it's hanging in my closet over there. Like I think I had
really
shirt. I swear I do.
Well, that tells us a lot about you, Robin. That tells us a lot about you.
Does it really though?
I don't know.
I don't button it all the way up like that on the neck. Sort of like, you know.
Yeah.
Do you know, I think I would believe this guy if he'd found the holy hand grenade of Antioch. That's about the only thing I would be convinced me.
I haven't heard of that one. The holy hand grenade. Okay.
I'm seeing the whole picture now. He walked for 3 days, the explorer, and after 3 days, he found a completely already dug up site with other people already excavated it.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, this must be it."
Yeah. Oh, 3 days. There you go. It took me 3 days. Well, I say 3 days, like, 1,000 years each. You know what I mean? A day is flexible in the Bible. Let's face it.
Yes.
Okay, we're charging forward. We're going to do this.
They discovered for the first time since Roman times a city buried. And when they excavated it, the name of the city was the same name that's in the book of Acts.
Ooh.
And that was just the start.
All right. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe
I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, guys.
What is the name of the? What is the name of the city?
The name of the city is Antioch, that famous city from the Middle Ages, right? Which was owned presumably in the Holy Roman Empire. It was part of the Holy Roman Empire back then.
Okay. So let's see. I'm checking multiple cities called Antioch in antiquity.
Yeah.
There were multiple cities called Antioch.
I mean, there were very significant cities and two very significant cities named Antioch. So
let me get you. It's called Antioch of Pisidia.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm about
Ramsey
Where did he
did
find
not
a street
discover it.
sign?
Yeah,
He says he found a city, and it was, guess what? It was called Antioch. Like, was it a street sign you dug up? Or
welcome to Antioch. Population 23 humans, 15 goats.
And on the back of the sign, right, was spray painted, "Luke was here."
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so he recognized what this rune actually is. Ramsey belongs to the second category, that is it. He visited Antioch, studied inscriptions there, and later led or joined more systematic archaeological work, including excavations in the early 1910s. He did not discover Antioch from scratch. He helped identify and excavate Antioch of Pisidia, and became one of the major scholars associated with that study. So anyway, yeah, so he found it. Well, somebody else found it, and then he interpreted it. Yeah,
it took him 50 years to work that out.
Yeah,
find that sign.
In other words, instead of an anecdote about a 3-day hike, it's a kind of a story of remaining in a career, working hard, making discoveries, and then it leading to a big major discovery like that.
Did they mention Jerusalem in the Bible?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. I would imagine so.
Say that again.
Did they mention Jerusalem in the Bible?
Maybe a couple of times.
The Wall of David. Wall of David.
Okay.
Temple.
There's a town called Jerusalem today, right? So that proves the Bible's correct, all of it.
Absolutely. But I just want to point this out,
Confirmed.
right? That I just want to point this out that he's right in a certain way, because like once he had identified that it was Antioch, right? All he had to do was walk 3 days away, and then walk back again, and the Bible's right.
Yeah.
Just saying. He could identify a 3-day walk and go, okay, there you go. If you start from here, it's 3 days walk. Now, what does that tell you about the Bible?
Yeah, 3 days. 3 days walk. I don't know. But
really
you know, if you don't watch yourself, you could do that for 40 years and never get anywhere.
Like, what about your internal compass?
Yeah.
Well,
that was the Bible. That was the Bible that came to Robin. You checked out, but I completely was right, and Simon was completely wrong.
Oh, I wasn't checking. I remember I said you were a prophet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were.
I was impressed.
My memory's not so good.
Yeah. I honestly thought it was going to be a bit of fucking iron.
My memory's not so good. That's why I forgot that we'd done figured that out.
Anyway, well done to this guy for walking for 3 days through a very harsh environment and not getting killed by the local wildlife.
I hear it's real good exercise to walk.
Atheism is logical? I don't know.
Question
I
mark?
don't think so. I don't
Question mark?
Is it
Question
logical?
mark?
I don't think so. I don't know if it's logic.
You could be an atheist for illogical reasons and for logical reasons.
I feel like
I'm an atheist.
Believe that there is a God, then you're an atheist.
Yeah, no,
I'm an
I honestly
atheist
think
because
I honestly
no one
think
ever.
Go ahead, Dave.
I'm an atheist because I've always been an atheist, and something would have to change in order for me not to be an atheist. So I am a thing that is an atheist, and I never was anything else. So is that logical? I don't know.
Well, I don't believe claims which are based on anything other than sufficient evidence, and that's why I think atheism is logical.
Let me just say, Moondog, I cannot believe you recognize my voice. Like, it's hard to believe.
Yeah, I can recognize your voice. So the next time I'm lost in the woods and God tells me which way to go, maybe I'll start believing. That's logical. I don't know.
There you go. Yeah. Well, next time I'm in the woods, I'll walk for 3 days.
Yeah. There you go.
And then I'll be out of the woods. And that means Jesus existed.
Yeah.
Hopefully I won't be in the woods ever again.
We got some woods in Minnesota that you couldn't you couldn't get out of by walking for 3 days. So
well, I can't. Like right now, I can't walk anyway. So I'd be like, and then my wheelchair has only got like 2-wheel drive.
We have this 100-mile bog in Minnesota that there's stories that a number of people tried to cross it. Nobody ever came out the other side. Anybody that tried to cross it died. It's like,
there you go.
That's called the Woolly Swamp, isn't it? The Legend of Woolly Swamp or something. One of them places.
Maybe. I'm not sure. That's what they call it.
Okay, so we've got a new presuppositionalist by the looks of it.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, he's saying how do you determine what is evidence through science? Question mark. He's got a lot of question marks. No, you can do it through logic. You could do it through philosophy. There are deductive arguments that could be evidence. They could be evidence.
If it supports the truth of a statement, it's evidence.
Well, if it increases if it does increase the likelihood that it's true, we could call it evidence.
Much more precise way to say it.
I do think that empiricism is probably one of the strongest ways to accept truths which we have very little idea about.
So can I address him for just a minute? So if you want a ham sandwich and you go and you open your refrigerator and it's evident that there is some ham there on the second shelf, how do you determine that through science? Is that your question? How do you determine that it's evident? I mean, or do you doubt that? I mean, do you doubt there's ham in there? What do? Do you get the Bible and read the Bible to figure out whether or not you can make a ham sandwich? I don't get it. What are you talking about?
Because the Bible says man cannot live on bread alone.
Oh, and you're not supposed to eat pork, right?
Yeah, sorry, he's just making a straw man argument here. I literally just said science is not the only type of evidence. So, yeah, you're just straw manning now, and we don't really care.
Philosophy is not evidence. What?
Of course, deductive arguments are evidence, right? Philosophy is a study of something. In this case, I guess wisdom, you could say, although that's disputed as well.
But like scientific information is more reliable than most, forms of evidence.
Well, yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter whether it is or isn't reliable. I mean, that's not the point. It's not the only form of evidence, full stop.
That's true.
And so that's already refuted his idea. And then secondly, no, science is not philosophy. Right?
I agree with that. Science does not prove or disprove atheism or theism. I agree with that.
Do you have a peer review that proves all things must be physical and there is no possibility?
I mean, define things. This really depends on the definition of things in the context.
All things must be physical.
I don't know of a noun called a peer review.
Also, yes, there are peer review things that say physicalism is true. There are peer-reviewed papers in philosophy which hold the position of physicalism. Whether they're right or not is another point.
But physicalism is not atheism.
No.
Like you're getting your isms like really all confused.
Yep. Philosophy doesn't.
But it depends on the claim. Depends on the claim.
Wait a minute. So he's not a pre-supper. He says philosophy doesn't prove or disprove theism. So he's not a pre-supper.
Well, it depends. So it depends on your definition. Well, what kind of theist are you? If you're a theist that says that God is currently doing miracles in the world, I'd like to know exactly what evidence you have for that, and maybe there's a scientific experiment we could do to prove or disprove it.
What is physical evidence of what? What is he saying of atheism?
I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah, I think there's a word salad salad bar that he just grabbed from to make a word salad, and now he's doing all this to say, well, all the science stuff, you can't use it to either prove or disprove atheism or theism. So why are you talking about science?
I have
Wait a minute. Stop the presses.
I am an atheist. I have books on atheism. I have books on like all kinds of stuff. So that kind of like is physical evidence of my atheism.
Go ahead. What are you going to say then, Mike?
Scott, keyboard.
Native Atheist 6422. He's talking about the old Jimbob. The thing we already covered.
The 3-week-old one.
Yeah, we covered Dave Stomp on.
We covered the Jim Nub argument about an eighth of a penis.
My ex had the same problem.
About as low.
That's why I don't like the word atheism, y'all. That's why I don't like it, because you could do the same thing with. I mean, this guy is an atheist. I mean, unless he does believe in fairies, he just is an atheist. I mean, give me the scientific truth that atheism is true.
I mean, atheism is not my belief. I don't understand why they even use the words true and false. Yes, it's true that I don't believe in God. The only way that you could ever, know for sure is if you have talked to me a lot and you're comment, you know anything about my, my dislikes and likes and stuff. Like atheism is not whether God exists; it's whether I believe that.
Yeah. There you go.
Sure.
Perfect. Yeah,
and that's fine. That's fine. Also, he says here, metaphysical claims are not scientific. Duh. I mean, what do you think metaphysical means? It means after physics, right? Is the literal translation. So, yeah, claims that are made that aren't physics are not scientific. And
then what?
And what?
What next?
So what?
And his bald hair color.
Oh, we're waiting. We're waiting. Okay. While we're waiting, let's listen to some more of.
Yes, please. Let's get back someone that's making a decent argument, relatively speaking.
The travels of Ramsey, he has a book this thick of all his archaeological findings
This thick,
trying
guys.
to disprove the Bible. Look back at your slide.
Yeah.
What he found amazed the world of archaeology. Not only were all the cities of Paul that he spoke of traveling through actually there, even the words that Paul used to describe the public officials were found beneath the ruins, exactly as recorded in Acts by Luke.
What?
Okay.
So what? So
that
what?
Needs some dissecting. I think.
Yeah, that would
Sure.
need some. Yeah.
So the words he used to describe public officials, right? They're a bunch of wankers.
Yeah. But
And sure enough, they dug someone up, which was wanking.
Spider-Man is real because New York
Okay,
City
Ramsey became a believer. Now that's a fucking lie because I think Ramsey
He already was.
he belonged to a certain class of Christian before this, right?
Yeah,
this
for sure.
Tuagint or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
Yes,
lying again.
No, Tübingen was not a class of Christian.
What was it?
It was a school of thought in critical studies.
Okay, was it like
It
atheists?
was an academic grouping.
No.
It's a
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, he was a believer before he studied archaeology. So to say because of the historical reliability of God's word, that's just not demonstrated in his history.
He never said that he was atheist. If you've seen the beginning of his comment about him, he said a skeptic, which is just not implying what he believes or doesn't believe, just that his approach was skeptic.
Sure.
But now he's saying that he come to believe. There's no reason to believe that he didn't believe to start with. There's nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to. It says he became a believer because of the profound historical reliability of God's word. I don't know how you could know that, number one. And number two, we're talking about 1850 here. And I'll still point out to you that it was probably illegal to be anything other than a theist at that point in English history.
And I just want to point out that, like, people use skeptic different. Like, flat earthers call themselves globe skeptics.
Which is hilarious.
Sorry.
Okay, there's no evidence that he was ever an atheist.
No.
Let's see. Just skeptical about the reliability of the New Testament, which sounds to me like something a Christian sect would do. They would, yeah.
I mean, I believe the Gnostics were a little bit skeptical about some of the Bible as well. And another great man who was skeptical about some of what the Bible said was, of course, Newton, our old friend, Sir Isaac Newton, who was a Unitarian, I think, maybe. Is that right? Yeah, he didn't believe that Jesus was the Son of God.
Okay, so he's lying about this. Okay.
Ramsey became a believer because of the profound historic reliability of God's word. Now look up for just a second.
That's a dumb reason. That would be like believing in It the Clown because of the reliability of Stephen King's geography.
And I was taking a group not too many months back on a journey through the journeys of Paul, the missionary journeys of Paul. We were in Greece, and we did all the different regions and flew between them in Greece. And one of my favorite ones is this exact event.
Oh, wow.
He flew. Why didn't you walk?
I don't know, but it pisses me off that these people get to like go traveling around Greece. Yeah, I love Greek, like, mythology and the Greek civilization, and would love to see it. And this dork gets it all wandering around it looking for like biblical shit.
Biblical shit.
Up in Thessalonica, the second largest city of Greece, there's this giant museum, and on the wall they have the plate that was found on the gate of the city of Thessalonica. In the Bible, it calls the rulers of Thessalonica ethnarchs. That's just their name in the Bible. And everybody said, oh, that's not even a word, until they excavated Thessalonica.
When was the Bible written?
I don't know, but what was that word you used? Like twankers, or whatever would you call them? Some
Thessalonical? I don't know what the hell he's saying.
No, but he said that the leaders of Rome were Yankers or
Antioch or something, or was it? I don't know. I'm not sure what he was saying. You want me to go back?
No, yes. Samos said it. Like Samos was like the leaders were
wankers.
Wankers. Okay, so there's the sign, the wanker sign.
Oh dear. That's about the only historical thing that isn't in the Bible, which is definitely going to be correct in the ancient world.
Can you wank 1/8 of a nub?
Oh yes, you can. How do you think it got to be a full? How do you think it got to be a full eighth?
If you got little tiny hands like Trump does, you can.
Yeah. People kept pulling on it until it got bigger and bigger. You know.
Oh yeah, that's why it got bigger.
That's how that happened. Yeah. Anyway, everybody in the ancient world was a wanker.
Yeah. Yep.
Name in the Bible, and everybody said, "Oh, that's not even a word," until they excavated Thessalonica, and there on the entryway to the city, it says, "The ethnarchs of Thessalonica greet you."
Ethnarch.
And I took the people to the museum. I said, "Look, there's another one here, right here. Archeological verification of the reasons you should trust the Bible. Jesus did the apostles, the unity, the prophecy, the scientific accuracy. That's why we should trust God's word."
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, we made it.
Yeah.
So I looked up ethnarch, and the literal translation of ethnarch is wanker.
Yeah, I thought it would be.
Yeah,
I thought it would be.
Ethnarch, wanker. Yeah.
Ethnarch.
The ruler of a people or tribe.
The leaders.
I knew it. I just, yeah. I'm glad you did that.
Thank you. Well, I mean, well done, everybody. Congratulations on still being sane at the end of an insane video like that.
What happened to our pre-supper? He's gone. Why do they hit and run? They always hit and run.
Yeah, that's because, like, they say something and then you go, yeah, that's stupid. And then
well, I do that on Jimbob's channel. I always do hit and run. Then they start talking about old balls for a half an hour. I love it. I always do a hit and run over there.
Oh, I had a question for Robert, which is, had you met Jill before?
Yes. Actually, when I first got onto this, I made the statement on somebody's channel. I want to say it was on Trusted Apes, and he was there, and he said, I made the statement that that one of the things that's wrong in the Bible, a contradiction, is Jesus said that I'll return, and that he wanted to take me up on it and debate me on it immediately. And I was like, all right, let's do it right now. So I went over to his show and we had a conversation on the subject.
Oh, you fell into his trap. Okay, fair enough.
How long did it take you to recover from that?
Not a big deal. There was no prep or anything on it, so it was just a spontaneous, and I was over there for an hour.
Oh, that's quite reasonable, actually. Normally, you have to talk to him for like 2 to 3 hours before you get something to say, something so stupid that you go, "Oh, okay, I'm dealing with somebody that's this dumb."
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go. That's how that works.
Yep.
Neanderthals built the Tower of Babel. What can I say?
We got a converted to salmon.
I told him to come back next week and we'd baptize him.
Possibly windmills as well. Yeah.
We really don't have time to do a baptismal today. But
well, I'm gonna next time I masturbate, I'm going to point my dick at the moon.
Thank you, Samos.
No, I want to leave Robin with that image. That's all.
Give it a shot, Simos. Give it a shot.
I will. Biggest shot as I can manage. Yeah.
I just wanted to point out that word ethnarchs is actually all over Greek literature, not just in the Bible.
Yeah.
It says that in the Bible. But the word just means ruler of a people. That's literally all it means. So you see something on a gate that says ruler of a people. I mean, it means absolutely nothing. You could go to any palace in Greek and it might say ethnarch. In any palace or governor's home or whatnot, it might say that. It might be equivalent to just a governor.
you saying this John Barrett guy might be just overgeneralizing somewhat, or being
dare I
just?
suggest?
Wow.
Okay, it's from the Greek word ethnarches or something, and it's built from nation of people, tribe, to rule, to lead. So to rule a nation of people, it's a Greek word. It's probably been around long before, and I think we probably knew about it before they dug up that plaque.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm guessing that's why we get the common phrase today, that effing wanker.
Not specifically biblical. It's a Greek political title. So
Yeah,
anyway.
you could just as sure as say governor, and he could have made the argument and said, Paul called them governor in that city, and when we looked at the plaque, we found the plaque, and the plaque says governor. Confirmed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Confirmed.
I see.
Are we going to be? Are we done, Mike?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, I wanted to shield my channel for a minute. At 9:30 tonight, which I know that's kind of late for some people, I'm going to have a stream on should atheists be secular humanists, and it's going to be an open panel about like atheism and humanism and just.
Can you put a link?
Do you? I can. Yes, I can.
Do you have the video set up yet so people?
Yes, I do. I have it set up. I set it up last night. So.
Yep.
Give me a second. And I'll do it.
So I just made somebody a mod. I think it was the one who was talking about Professor Dave stomping Jimbob. Made that person a mod. And there's other people that aren't mods yet. It just really disturbs me.
Don't go down that line, mate. Seriously, you will regret it at some point. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but at some point you will regret it.
Yeah, I think my first regret was P. Mars, I think.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, the racist P. Mars. Okay. Yeah. Good choice.
Yeah, I had to ban him. I had to ban him in like 15 different ways.
Yeah.
There's a link, and it's at 9:30 Central Time, which is like 2:30 Eastern.
Yeah, I'll probably be firmly entrenched in my my Cross series by then, but we'll see. It's just that, like after 7 p.m., I really don't give a shit about all this.
Well, I'm trying to figure out a good time to do like a stream every week, and I don't know.
6 a.m. 6 a.m.
6 a.m. Like you maybe don't. I'm not even up then. You would just have to do it by yourself. But like I thought about Sundays, but like Robert was talking about changing his is like on Sundays, and doesn't Objective Ethics do his like on Sundays too at some time or another?
Also, Christopher Mouty's The Otherhood on Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern, I think it is.
So I'm going to put those in the description, by the way, those two that you guys linked. So you're having Leo on next.
Next Saturday.
Your show is every Saturday at what time?
Every Saturday at 2 Central Standard, right before this show. It ends right as this show starts. But again, as she mentioned, I probably am going to move it to Sunday, just for convenience. We'd like to do something on Saturdays.
Okay.
And if I can just put in another link, if you could possibly put it in, I'll put it in chat now.
Maybe I'll steal your spot.
If you could put that in, if you could put that into the description as well, please, Mike. It's in the general chat. I'll put it in private chat as well here, actually.
Okay. Does it have anything to do with Bukkake Moon?
No, it doesn't. It's to do with the pseudoscience of race, height, and IQ.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that one's great. Okay, I'm putting Robin's in right now, and then I will get to yours.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Come by tomorrow, Sunday. It will probably be. I think it's an open hangout on Monday now. I'm not certain whether it is tomorrow or not, but it might be open in the later part of the show.
Okay,
That's up to Mr. Maute, or as I call him, Tay. That's a Kanye joke.
You talking about Chris?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Just
Okay,
call him
you linked the channel, right?
I did, yes.
Okay.
I linked the video of next Saturday. Me.
Okay, so I got to do that. The Otherhood. I don't think I'm a subscriber.
Make sure you are, Mike. Make sure you are. We're trying to get it going.
Okay.
You know, it's not easy, as you know.
I know. Well, if you're
but he does
Christian,
lots of shorts, which are quite funny, and you know, like debunking Christians is relatively straightforward, isn't it? As we know.
Is the name of the video the worst misuse of Darwin's theory ever?
There is one called that, yeah.
Okay.
There is one called that.
I'm going to link that.
That's referring to Galton, I think, which was Darwin's cousin. Didn't go far out of the family, did it?
Okay, got it. I think I got everything.
I hate to leave abruptly.
Subscribed.
See you, Robert.
Take care.
I am a subscriber, and I have the bell rang. I think on both my channels to the Otherhood.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
Yeah. Rockin' Robin. Yes, that's me, Nerdy. And thank you.
Rockin' Robin.
Tweet. It's tweet.
Okay, guys, we're gonna end her.
Well, guys, I enjoyed the discussion.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to take the video down so we can just say our goodbyes?
Oh, Josh, I do apologize for all my typing while my mute button's on.
That's all right, Scott. It's not the easiest thing. You're getting into.
Damn you, Scott.
Damn me, I'm ruining the show.
I have selective hearing, so I can tune. I couldn't even hear it. I can tune it right out.
I can't. It totally wipes out the conversation for me. I don't know.
It does. It ruins any kind of constructive progress we could have made.
Rockin' Robin, tweedle tweet.
No, I mean I couldn't even hear your typing because I can selectively tune it out.
Oh, you just have a crush on him.
That's
what's going on here.
I have a crush on yes.
I think we've all got a crush on Scott. To be fair,
You
are a pretty cool dude. You are a pretty cool dude.
I've been stalking him for a couple of years now. So,
likewise.
Thank you
very much. And,
okay, anybody
enjoyed it. Next week, of course, we'll be on Saturday at same time, same place, and we'll have hopefully a more interesting video to critique. Although that was quite a laugh, I have to say.
Well, I have a couple more interesting videos I think we could get into, and I also want to get into this Jimbob live law of identity bullshit. I was all set up to do that, and then my computer crashed. So,
damn. Maybe we should do a review of the Dave Farina and Jimbob. Well, we already done that. We've already done it, haven't we?
We did a little bit of that. We did a little bit. We could. I have so many bookmarks where Jimbob says dumb things. It's just
it's like a.
Well, maybe we could do Dave Farina's review of the Dave Farina Jimbob. I think there is such a video.
I can get you a clip of him not being able to name the 3 branches of government.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
That's pretty good. So, especially when he wants to get up there and argue about all this stuff about how he thinks he knows about the democratic process and everything. Our government.
Hey, Spooky, good to see you, mate.
Spooky, come to my channel tonight.
Hey, Spooky.
Please remember everybody to like the stream before you go. That would be much appreciated. As much interaction as possible is needed.
Everybody pray the algorithm.
Got to feed the algorithm. And also, Kurt's discussion or debate is got to be worth checking out on whose channel? On Taco's channel, I think. And Robin, your one on Mark Reid's channel with Mark Reid versus who was it?
That one I have that is in the description. That is in the description.
Verse Rich, the guy with more money than God.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. Yeah, richer than God.
Timer, actually. All I did was keep up with the timer,
No worries. Richer than God, apparently. Although obviously God created everything, including the money, which he's not his.
I was actually pretty pleased with how it turned out, though, because like I was kind of worried that Rich was gonna like be far more difficult, and and I was really impressed that he said, "I don't know the answer to that question, and there's some things I need to think about." I was like,
I would like to play his opening statement, though, because God, it was rich.
But I mean, no, like, like what he said there, though, that's something you don't hear from these people. Do not hear.
Right.
I don't know the answer to that question, and I've never considered it, and maybe I need to go learn some more about it. You don't ever hear one atheist say that openly, like you don't. And I was just, it just floored me. But after the debate, I told him, I said, you know, that I said you did great, and I said you were probably one of the most honest people, like about in the middle of a debate, because usually, I mean, they'll just double down on making up something.
Yeah, he'll learn. He'll get used to it and start learning.
He'll.
Don't worry about that. It's first debate. Of course, he's going to say, "I don't know" several times. I've had people do that with me, and then 3 weeks later they come back and go, "I never said that. I never said I don't know."
They go watch an apologist answer for it. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Go see what Jimbob says. Go find out what Jimbob answers it.
Anyway, there you go.
Okay.
It was fun. I enjoyed it very much, and I look forward to next week, Mike.
Okay, good. So we're out of here.
Thank y'all.
So goodbye, cruel world.
I'm leaving you today.
Leaving you.